go, people. Let's go, people. Let's get to it. Jeez. Share button. Love Lace definitely in the building. Supporting us even before we get popping up in here. There's something that happens occasionally that makes me want to throw everything through the window. But we won't do that, because then we wouldn't have this ether. Shout out to all of my day ones, all of my stay ones. Love Lace is definitely in the building, always kicking the door down with the Cash App before we get this money. started up.
Dead man walking.
Hey, that's my people right there. I'm not going to front. I really, really appreciate my regular supporters, man. I know who all of you are. You know what I mean? I know who all of you are, and I appreciate you guys. You guys, listen, I told you guys, I was being, you know how it is when you want something to go your way, so you'll make sure we got the correct audio. Mic check, mic check. That's good. You know how, like, you'll even, you know you're not gonna make that deadline, right? You'll just be wishfully thinking. But I was really hoping that last week we were going to see the thing that, like I said, my people who support the show, you're going to see these things. I'm almost certain this week. I got an update last night that one of the main parts is finished, but you guys are going to see these things that are going to be happening in our production, right? And it's going to be lit. So yeah, I appreciate my day ones and my stay ones. Shout out to Brian up in this situation, rocking with us, supporting the show up in here in this. And I'm talking about a back-to-back up in this piece. B, I appreciate you. I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate it. Look, okay, listen, I want you guys to know something. When you guys go home, when you guys go to bed, when you guys are in your own zone, getting back to life, I'm in this. See, the reason why a lot of you believe that this is a quality show is because you could probably tell I don't stop. Problems need solved. We need answers to things. And my life is spent pondering, doing simulated models in my head, right? Doing research up on the things that I think might be the cause of this or cause of that. Like this is a constant. Listen, people. I had one of the greatest aha moments last night in bed. It hit me so feverishly. I rose up out of my bed like Dracula. You guys know how we used to watch those old Dracula movies and he just raised up out of the coffin. Like, I had one of those moments like last night. Something that has baffled us for a great deal of time. This is something that we couldn't understand, right? I'm going to take you guys to it. None of us understand it. Even white women don't understand it. I've been to racist pages and they don't get it. Why do you guys say, but your mom is black? We don't get that. It's almost like you're saying, don't talk about that black woman who greatness in the building with her pew pew. Salute to my guy. Miss Met is definitely in the building. Miss Met, don't you go nowhere. Don't you go nowhere. Listen, Miss Met, I had an epiphany last night. I know all of us have thought about this. I think a lot of us kind of had almost maybe some sense of direction of where they were going with this thing, right? But I want you guys to know what struck me last night. I'm going to play this, and I want you guys to listen to this. This is what we're talking about tonight. None of us understand. Shout out to greatness in the building, showing love over here, rocking with your boy. Listen, even white women don't understand it. I've been to matter of fact, let me plug up so my people on TikTok can hear. Let's go. This is pages, and none of us understand it. Even white women don't understand it. I've been to racist pages and they don't get it. Why do you guys say, but your mom is black? We don't get that. It's almost like you're saying, don't talk about that black woman who went into the bank with her pew pew because your mom. We don't understand that. Tell us what you mean by that. You said that 1,000 times the other day. We don't get it.
No, I only said it 3 times. I said it when I asked you.
What does it mean? But your mom is black. Listen,
You don't know that your mom is black?
before we go into this, I want some people to tell me what you think they mean when we would be bringing a logic-based information to them on a point or something like that that may not be in their favor, and they would say, but your mom is black. Somebody tell me what you think they meant when they would say that. Why would they say that? I want to see what people think before we dig into this. Holy Ghost in the building. Miss Raquel definitely in the building, rocking with us. I want to see if people ever caught on to that. But your mom is black. Anything that you say about black women, but your mom is black. What did you guys get out of that when black women would say that? I like that. I like that. Smitty, I like that. Listen, my people kind of been on this thing like I have. Let's check this out.
That's what that means.
So, because my mom is black, we should never condemn the behavior of black women? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you can condemn. You have an opinion. You can do whatever.
It's not an opinion. Touching a child is wrong.
It is.
So why would you say, but your mom is black?
That's why my concern is that because you talk about black women.
Okay.
If your mama is not
listen,
black.
Listen, you guys remember, I think Miss Met has been on shows where I've heard them discuss this. You guys know how we've been taught to reverence Big Mama and like idolize black women. Our grandmom, don't you talk back. Right? All that. Nigga, what'd you say about my mama? All I'm talking about, they have been exalted to the highest levels, even of not questioning them, right? That's what that's about. That's a portion of what that's about. Like, if you're making a very good point that this woman can't seem to get out of, well, we're going to get into it. Listen, if I talk about, Ricky hit it. Listen, check this out. We're going to go ahead and dig into it. We don't have no business talking about their actions because our mom is black. Listen, because our mom is black, as if she does the same thing they do. That's where they're going with this. It's like, I don't even want to get ahead with the show. Black women will not listen to logic, and she will destroy the family and blame the man. But listen, let's get into this thing. Let's go. I told you guys, I rose up out of the bed last night like cemetery, like, because this has been something that's bothered all of us. Like, it sounds crazy to us, but here's what nobody's understanding. Woman logic and men logic is two different things. When black women say, but your mom is black, none of us have been able to fully figure out what they meant with that. And last night it came to me, right? I came across a video of old girl Chastity, right? One of our craziest, well, she's not a subscribers, but interviews, right? See, people, you know how when we walk someone to the edge of logic and then we pull the trap door on them, right? You guys have heard me, like, there's certain things that I do so that let's keep the conversation smooth, because you can always tell when they're about to go left and get chaotic because it's getting tough for them to answer your questions. So before I know that I'm about to ask them a question, I'll hit them with something like, true or false, African American men take each other's lives at a disproportionate rate. Now, they're going to say yeah, because they want to one-up men, right? So after you do that, you shouldn't have any problem me running down a list of things that black women do. See, these are the doors that we open, right? So we do this so that they can't wiggle out and they're forced to look at it for the truth that it is. Well, but your mom is black? That's women's version. I'm sorry, that's women's version of a trap card. Listen, it came to me last night. Listen, I think we speak about how different we are? We do. We speak about it. But I don't think we really understand how different we are. But your mom is black is women's version of logic. That's why we can't comprehend it. Because this is the best that they can do when playing with logic. And here's what they actually mean. This is their trap card. If we're talking about anything pertaining to an African-American woman being overweight, loud, or obnoxious, in their mind, they're saying this in their mind. Okay, I'm about to hit him with this trap card and make him either admit that his mom falls into the same category or make him recant his statement and shut up these accusations he's laying against us. But what they don't understand is, with men, if our mom is a bank robber, we will call her a black ass bank robber. If our mom is obese, then respectfully, yes, you go in that category too. They don't understand that we don't really know how to go delusional. They're expecting us to do what they do when they're confronted with harsh truths and things like that. They can push a button and just go, just go non-extinct up here. Like they're not even in the same conversation that we're in. They're expecting us to do the exact same things that they do when they're confronted with the truth. Go delusional. When they encounter a truth that makes them emotional, they have two options: acknowledge it or lie to themselves. And we already know they're not going to acknowledge it. So they go delusional. She's not fat. She's BBW. Right? She's BBW. They've built entire coping mechanism systems around running from the harsh truths. So they expect us to operate the same way. That's why they say, but your mom is black. They think that before we acknowledge that our mother could be participating in some BS, that we'll withdraw our point, which takes them off the hook too. No. How about this? If my mom is obese, then her fat black ass is obese. And I love her immensely. How about that? How about that? It just so happens I give God praise. My mother is beautiful. She has the hair that some of you go purchase, and she's a black woman. But check this out. My mother has been to prison. My mother has been to prison. I don't know how you guys, my mother has been to prison for probably the same thing some of your mothers have been in trouble for. Substance abuse, right? But what do I call it? How do I call it something else? What do I say? I don't know how to call it anything other than this. My mother struggled with addiction, just like a lot of other African American mothers did. I don't know how to say, well, my mom wasn't like y'all's mom. What do? We don't do that. We don't know how to do it. Well, my mother's addiction was different than you guys's. I don't know how to do that. If we're talking about black men who are a detriment to the black community, who sold substances to their own people, I must put myself in that equation. And I'm not going to turn into a pillar of salt. I'm not. Shout out to my bro Ether over here in the building, rocking with us. This is another one I was telling y'all about. This is another one of my people I was telling y'all about. I thought it was going to be last week, and I was amped up. I'm not going to lie. I was amped up. But a lot of you guys who have been rocking with me throughout all this time supporting the show, you're about to see the production go through the roof, right? It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. So I got an update. Shout out to my girl Lena over here setting it off up in this mother effer as usual. My girl. I got an update. They said it's looking good already, but it's so I'm thinking, you know, when it's something that we want, we'll press it, even though the timeline might be unrealistic. But so I'm going to be realistic and say it'll be this week. I'd like to say tomorrow today, but I'll just say it'll be this week. You guys are going to see where you guys be supporting the show at, where it's going, right? But listen, I don't know how, and it's not just me. It's not just me. If we're talking about black men who were a detriment to the community, right? Black men who pushed poison to our other people, I have to put myself in that equation. There is no, well, if you say that about black men, that just means they were just low down. No, I was low down too. I was potentially worse. I tried to master the damn thing. I knew exactly what I was doing, and I tried to master it. So not only am I in that boat, but I was probably participating in evil at higher levels than other people. See, what's wrong with you people? You can't make us go delusional. You can't make us say something that does not, the things that make us call you crazy, black women, you can't make us fall into that category too, because we don't know how. I'm not going to say there's no black man or no men, period, who won't go delusional, but it's not our nature. It's not our regular. We don't regularly move like that. That's why the world doesn't have as big a problem with us as it does you. Because, listen, we do things. Black men do things. We do things. Especially with the YNs. Like, we don't even claim them because they are not a part of us, right? They are out of our control. The YNs are young boys who even we sympathize with. When we see what the YNs do, we're not shocked. They're doing what we expect them to do. We know what happens when children are raised inside of a sense of urgency, especially boys. The girls end up promiscuous. So they aren't us. When I say us, I'm talking about the older men who are out there doing goofball stuff that we should know better than doing by now, right? See, we can hold them accountable. We can hold each other accountable on that. But us, we're not really moving like that. We're starting businesses. We're getting advanced in AI. And I even know gangbangers out here in LA that you'd be shocked the conversations you could hold with them. Now, some of my guys, they loco, but you know, they acknowledge that they are loco. And some of the conversations, you can hear that person wishing things could have been different for them. You know what I mean? How about old YNs? They were raised without a father. What? Something is going on. Someone just trying to schedule an appointment and they can't. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Hold on, listen, people. We got somebody down there I've been wanting to rock with. Check this out. Listen, y'all gotta go check her page out. Listen, shout out to the Remnant Princess up in the building. You guys might not remember, but we did a show on with her clip, right? When she was nailing them to the cross. Listen, she does not play. And see, this is what I'll say. It makes it, when we encounter women like this, it makes it harder for us to be able to comprehend how you guys selectively go delusional when you want to. It's funny to us, you don't go delusional when it's time to let a YN crawl between your legs. You do all of the right things. You know the type of alcohol he likes. You even went and copped him some tree. You know how to make it from one side of town to the next. Some of you know how to buy him shoes and things like that just to keep this little bust down session you guys have going on intact. But when the chickens come home to roost of your actions and you get pregnant by 3 different dudes, all of a sudden that wasn't your fault.
What
we've got here is failure to communicate.
And when you move like that and you try to play crazy in one area, but we know that you're pretty efficient in this area, you look weird to us and your value drops in the eyes of society. When you know what you would be better off doing? Just keeping it real. If you're moving like a bus down, just say, hey, I know how I'm living right now is not ideal, but that's just what I'm caught up in right now. Don't try to convince us that somebody else is to blame that you got 3 kids by 3 different men. Listen, you guys make it worse. Like this here. Let me see if I can, hold on. I got it. Let me see something. Can I, let me see something. Is that it? No. That's not it. I gotta try. Hey, listen, I've been wanting her to, let me drop this link, see if she got a minute to come up. Y'all gotta hear her viewpoints on some things. If she can come up. Hey, Miss Remnant Princess, if you're available, there's a link down in the chat right now. Come on up and holler at us if you got a minute. But listen, you guys don't understand. It causes not just men, but some women like her too, to look at women as a whole a type of way. Because when there's a large mass of you who appear to not be able to get the simplest things, and it's fine if you can't get it, but to make up BS excuses, now you're starting to sound like a moron. When you start blaming men because you have 3 children by 3 different men, listen, just like her, but your mom is black. What the hell does that mean? We know what it means. I knew exactly what I was doing when I was doing the things that I was doing, right? But you can't get me to go delusional about it. What they're doing when they say, but your mom is black, you'll be speaking on black women for some reason or another, right? Oh, she said it's 3 a.m. My girl, I appreciate you. We are definitely going to rock it in somehow. We're going to get together. Next time, listen, I need you guys to go to, well, hold on. She's on YouTube too. So yeah, click her link and go check her out. Listen, she's a beast with it. Salute to Biggs in the building rocking with us, my brother. But listen, when we are attacked, and let me get this straight now. Men and women, we're not coming at you because we want to start trouble. We see something in your behavior that must stop. This is a behavior that you can't even match or connect to the animal kingdom. Now, if you don't believe me, let's do it like this. You guys know me. When it's time to take it there, one thing's for sure, I don't mind. Turbulence, people. Let's go. This is a double. Turbulence, people. For those of you not familiar with the show, when you hear that, I'm probably about to offend some people. Or make you do it for me. Watch this. Anybody on all 3 of these platforms, name me any species in the animal kingdom that is currently malfunctioning or behaving at the capacity that we see African American women today. Name it. Name it. Even the animals take better care of their offspring. Name me any animal in the animal kingdom that is currently behaving worse than African American women. I want to see. Nobody got nothing? Nobody got nothing? You know how messed up that is? See, now, if you wanted to flip it and say the same thing about black men, you can't. We never left our purpose. We're still defenders. We're still protectors. And the things that you guys complain about us doing, they do in the animal kingdom. It is in our DNA, or you wouldn't have a United States military. You wouldn't have a military wherever you're at. That thing is in us. And when it malfunctions, when we're raised without our fathers and things like that, it spills out of us the violence that people love about us, that you love when you call the police department. You love us to be violent then. But things can happen and we can malfunction. And when we're not raised with our fathers, when we're raised in a sense of urgency, then we become individuals who our violence can spill out into society. But nonetheless, we have not strayed that far away from our biology. Think about it. We will still see a black, Asian, white woman being accosted in the street, and we will go to her aid without never having seen that woman before a day in our lives. You guys resemble men. You're not women anymore. You resemble more men than anything. Period. And did. I said what I said. Bruh. Are you serious? You sound like a nigga. Is what you sound like. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I was not going to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let me see it. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. I had no intentions on doing this. So please forgive me for the sketchy production. There we go. There we go. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Apologies for the sketchy production, people. I had no clue that I was even going to utilize this. But I want to show you guys something. There we go.
I'm 44 years old.
Hold on, people. Where the hell is what happened here? The hell happened? The hell? Gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Okay, that's what happened. So let's go. I want to show you guys something really quick.
44. And what you do for a living?
I work at Walmart.
I want you guys to see how naturally beautiful this woman is. She's beautiful, right? Let me speed it on up. I want you to see how, just look at her. She's beautiful. Now watch this.
50-50. I've already spoken about 50-50.
That's what I mean.
Ladies, I want you to understand something. This conversation is not about 50-50. I've already spoken about 50-50. The reality is most relationships, most marriages, most households in this day and age, the woman and the man are contributing in some sort of way financially, and both parties are fine with it, okay?
This woman is masculine. She's masculine. You know how I know? If her beauty was matched with femininity, she'd be gorgeous. Men are attracted to femininity. Her face and just her natural overall makeup, she's beautiful. But she's stern. She's strong. There is nothing feminine about her. I'm not saying she's a bad person, but you guys have taken on masculine tendencies. Watch this.
Y'all can leave the divisive 50-50 conversation to the people who want to split up our community. This is not about that. This is about the type of men who have this particular type of rhetoric. I want you to look at him. Okay? I want you to listen to him. Ladies, is this the type of man that you would give your time? Huh? Is he? Is this type of man who you would even let in your aura? Is this type of man that you would even give the time of day to? If the answer is no, why do you let these type of men anger you? Why do you allow these type of men to dictate how you feel about men on a whole? Men like him who are 44, a cashier at Walmart. And listen, baby, he's out here making legal money. Do your thing. But realize that if you have reached the age of 44 years old and the highest pinnacle of a job that you can get is a cashier.
Listen, I'm not saying she's doing anything wrong right now, but I'm telling you she's not feminine. I'll prove it to you. Where's she at? Is that it? There we go. This is feminine.
Red flag. What about you?
Hi, my name is Jillian. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Canada.
She can't stop smiling. She doesn't know how to stop. It's who she is. That is a girly girl. That is a feminine woman. Watch. Even Myron Gaines, the douchebag that he is, it's difficult for him to not be impressed with this young lady. Look.
The highest level of education completed was high school. I decided not to go to college, and I said I'm single, right? Another
Yeah. Just
Single,
say all right. Just one more time. And then
Look at her smile. Men will take somebody off of the planet about this woman. Stranger men will. You know why? Because everything that we see about her right now screams whatever's being done to her, she probably didn't deserve it. She will always look more like a victim than a perpetrator. You will never see her in a scenario where she looks like she deserved some ill doing done to her. Because she reeks of feminine energy. She reeks of it.
what do you do for work?
I'm a writer.
Okay.
Yeah,
this is serious writers,
But doesn't want to tell us what she writes.
Yeah. It's not for Vice though,
Are
I'm 44 years old.
44.
And the highest pinnacle of a job that you can get is a cashier at a superstore.
See, one of the key factors, one of the key traits to help you better closely identify a feminine woman, she's going to smile often. She's going to smile often. She's going to be nice. And I'm not saying that this woman's not nice, because she's definitely beautiful. If she was feminine, she would be gorgeous.
Something in your life did not go as planned, if you even planned your life at all. And is this the type of man that you would really want to be associated with, much less to say you're in a relationship with? Men of value and men of character still exist, and they're not going to have these type of conversations.
I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with her. It almost, and I could be wrong, but it almost reeks, because she's married, I believe. It almost reeks of her guy probably. I bet you her guy probably knows how far to go with her before she expresses her opinion. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a woman expressing her opinion, but you guys know what I'm saying. I can't see her being ran by anybody. I can't see it. So, and my point is this. We didn't change. You guys changed. On 3 different platforms down here, nobody has been able to name any animal in the animal kingdom that is currently behaving worse than African American women. And I'm still going to give you time, so you guys can go ahead and continue with that. Name it. I'll concede to it if it's right. And I'm talking about as far as taking care of your offspring and everything. All of it are included. Nothing? Nobody got nothing. Only thing that I keep seeing people say is there is none. Nothing. And you can't attach the same to men. We are still very valuable. We are still very valuable. Very valuable. Even in the worst extraneous situations. Listen, shout out to my people over here rocking with us. God dang, why are you doing this to me today? Phil over here setting it off for us. I appreciate it. Listen, people, I want to make sure that we meet our show. We haven't met our nightly show goal in about, it's been bad. A $50 nightly show goal, it's not crazy to imagine.
They're not going to have these wild expectations when they have absolutely nothing to offer. So ladies, first and foremost, if this is not the type of man that you would even deal with, the type of man that is funding the fresh...
Listen, I want to see this. I want the people to tell me, am I crazy? Am I crazy by me saying that this woman she doesn't appear to be feminine to me? Am I crazy? If I am, go ahead and speak out against me. Let me know I'm crazy. She's very beautiful. She's very beautiful. And I don't even think she has to rock makeup and things like that. Could you imagine that woman being feminine? Am I wrong when I say that this woman is not feminine?
fits of the world, stop being bothered by the things that they say. And secondly, are you the woman who's going to attract the kind of man who you want? And if not, then that's what we need to work on. And if you need some of my direct help with that, go on ahead and type coaching in the comment section. And if that's something you can't do right now, maybe because it's financially not the place or you're not in the right headspace for it, hit that subscribe button, because over there I'm answering your personal questions. We're having chats, we're having conversations. I do lives and much more. Stay safe.
Okay, I didn't think it was just me. They said she's masculine. See, we didn't stray too far away from our purpose. We still resemble men, but you guys have even sought to do something about that, right? You guys have started spreading your legs so recklessly to where the majority of our boys are coming out of your gnarled up, pus-filled vajayjays without anything that even closely resembles a dad. And now, because they're being raised by women, our boys are starting to come out feminine. They don't even know how to fight. They wear jeans that we used to like to see women wear. Yeah, her facial expression. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a very beautiful woman, but she has hardness in her. You notice, you'll see the other girl. Listen, you'll see the other girl.
Red flag. What about you?
Hi, my name is Jillian. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Canada. The highest level of education.
Somebody will remove another man off of the planet behind that girl. She's a treasure. She's a trophy. Everything about her says she doesn't deserve to have any ill or wrongdoing come to her. Shout out to Brian over here setting it off with... Make me reset it. Are you doing me like this? I appreciate the love. Brian over here rocking with us with the super chat. Look, they still said there is none. The hell just happened? Something's going on over here. People, what the heck? I must have did that. just got rid of something I shouldn't have gotten rid of. What was that? The brother Mike Check definitely in the building, rocking with us, supporting the show. Agree to Disagree podcast in the building. I've never got to really see that logo. That's actually a hot name for a podcast. Even though it ain't gonna be a whole lot of that. It's just gonna be some disagreeing and getting pissed off. But listen, here's what I'm telling you guys. A lot of the things that you hear us up here saying, we take no great delight in it. We don't, which is why we keep on doing the research. Listen, we do the type of research that other people get paid to do just so we can come up with solutions that will cause a lot of the fire that's taking place in the black community to at least go down to a broil. We don't know why you don't understand what you're doing. And then you have created coping mechanisms, tricks, and things like that to shut us up when we're making valid points. And this is what this whole thing about. This is what they're talking about when they say, but your mom is black. They're trying to shut down our message with weak, low IQ, gotcha moments. You guys won't believe that that's their version of logic. But your mom is black. They believe that if they can get me to admit I'd be talking bad about my mom too, that I'll abandon my entire conversation before I say something like that about my mom, or before I let something that I'm discussing about them be associated with my mom. But now here's the difference. Here's the problem. If my mom is a PR statute over there on Figueroa Street, she's not a prostitute. She's a black ass prostitute. You guys better understand what I'm dealing with. We don't know how to go delusional like you guys do. You can't make me abandon my message by saying, okay, well, what if I say that same black women that he's talking about that's obese and stuff, his mama black just like him? Well, that means my mama is fat and black, if she fits that. We don't know how to do what you guys do, which is why we are not in the degree of trouble you guys are in. Society doesn't like you. The trouble that you guys have gotten into is because the same way you guys go delusional, it's not just you. White women can go delusional. Asian women can go delusional. Hispanic women can go delusional. But guess what they have that you don't have? They have their men to reel them back in when they start getting too far out there. You don't have men.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
They would probably go just as far as you guys go, if they could. They would probably do even worse. You people are absolutely insane. And you really shouldn't be able to speak without first examining your thoughts and your man giving you the green light. You need men far greater than what you even understand. And if you think that I'm wrong, look at you. Look at what people are saying about you. People hate y'all. How can your human behavior take you to a place where the broad general consensus of people hates you? They're starting to implement policies with service providers have push button door locks on their businesses so you guys can't get mani and pedis and jump up and run out of the building, where you can't go in beauty salons and get your hair trimmed, your ends clipped, and jump up and run out. It's you. Listen, they're not going to be able to say why they're doing this on a mass level because it would be, what's it called? what's it called? Discrimination. But you are who they're talking about. You are the reason that they're implementing these systems. You are the reason that these Caribbean cruises and things like that are going to jack their prices up and switch the dress codes. It's you. You need men for far greater purposes than what you think. Because if this is your version of high-level logic, but your mom is black, you're embarrassing yourselves. In your head, you're saying, he doesn't know it, but I got his ass with this one. I got his ass. As soon as he starts bringing up something about black women, I'm going to say, is your mom included in that? Internally, she's sitting there like, ooh, she can't wait. She's rubbing her hands in her mind. She's rubbing her hands, licking her lips like, oh, I can't wait till this nigga say that shit. Because I got something for his ass. Now watch, let me see him get out of this one. Until she hears me say, yes, my mom falls in that exact same boat. And now her big, black, fat back, greasy ass is sitting over there looking confused like, how did he get out of that one? I had a cake baking for his ass. I was going to say, but your mom is black. Because I told the truth, dumbass. Should try it sometimes. Should try it sometimes. I would rather tell the truth that doesn't paint me in such a pretty light than try to act like the truth is not the truth and make myself appear to be illiterate in front of tens of people, in front of dozens of people. You guys make it worse when you do that. I'm telling you. You make it worse when you do that. If someone makes a point, how about just do this? Well, I never really looked at it that way. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about that? Caribbean Queen. See something real quick. I want to see what's behind this name right here. What's behind this name? What's behind this name? What's behind this name? Don't nobody give a damn about no thumbs down. Give me 3 more. Hell you think you playing with over here? This is what we do. Get over here! If I have said anything that borders along the line of delusion and my information is wrong, let's go TikTok. Give me 3 people up here who disagree with my rhetoric. Give me 3 women up here who disagree with my rhetoric, my foolishness, my sheer nonsense. Listen, I do have a question for the ladies, though. I have a question for the ladies. Shout out to my girl Sweets over here supporting the show on TikTok, rocking with us. My girl. Listen, I have a question for the ladies, and I do want to answer. Smartest black brother I ever bumped into. What's going on, my guy?
You come to the TikTok land and see what they doing out here in these TikTok streets.
Hey, listen, this is my guy right here, people. Like, listen, when I tell you one of the smartest brothers, like, this brother's building all kinds of stuff. infrastructures to AI systems and all kinds of stuff. Hey,
That's funny.
listen, check me out, man. Let me ask you this, man. Have you ever thought about the concept of, think about it. Most of our problems with African American women, it doesn't come from what they're doing, because we've done things too, right? It doesn't come from what they're doing. It comes from when we speak out to them about things that they're doing. They look at us like they look at us like we crazy as hell, like we didn't see him just rob that bank. It's like,
You know what?
listen, they'll come out the bank with the ski mask on, money in both hands, and we'll be like, why'd y'all do that to that bank? They'll be like, what you talking about?
Hey man, I'm so mad at myself for loving black women to death.
I know, man.
I'm mad at myself because I want to give up so bad.
Yep.
But they pull me in, right? They pull me in. There's some beautiful black women in this world.
I gotta give you
right?
that.
And what's sad is I can tell a story. I mean, somebody told me a story about how beautiful women are separated at an early age and why they lack empathy when they get older. You go to a classroom right now, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and let's say you got a room full of girls, and some guy comes in and says, hey, that girl with the pretty hair, she looks good, and gives her $1, right? Or a sucker, whatever. That little girl, automatically, her head is ruined. She thinks she's better than everybody in that room now. And as she gets older and every man keeps telling her, you pretty, you don't need no man to do that, and the whole time her brain is hearing this before she's old enough to understand that what they're really trying to do is get at her.
Yeah.
Right? So then by the time she meets a straightforward guy or something like that, she's flipped on like, you look stupid for not trying to chase her down to pay her bills. Like she wants you to chase her down, get the least amount of cooperation and get the most output and pay every bill and don't ask no questions. So how can I deal with them outside of treating them like prostitutes? I don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
It's like, just go on and put your price on it and here you go. And
I mean, because, bro, they'll throw the price. See, listen. Here's what's going on, B. Here's what's going on. We've been trained a certain way, man. From our grandfathers to our fathers to our uncles. We've been taught to view women a certain way. We've been taught, when you're walking down the street, you see a puddle. We saw it on our cartoons. Man lay an expensive jacket over a puddle of mud so she could walk over. We've been taught to treat them like something that no harm should come to. Something that if we even think she's about to stub her toe, we jump in the way of it. We've been taught to treat them like the most pristine items, right? Mm-hmm. But they morphed into something else. See, we were programmed with a specific type of programming, but it doesn't apply to today's modern women. Today's modern women, our programming is clashing against who they became. These women will go buy some DIC for themselves. These are not those women that we were supposed to give our lives for. These are women who will set us up to lose our lives. Have you on your way up here thinking you go into a hotel room to get some, and she got 3 of her cousins in there waiting on you. It's different, man. We got to shed that old programming off, man. That's what it is. We really, now you know me though, like me, a woman, you have to be a certain caliber woman to even get my attention. It's really just that simple, right? We're talking about on some long-term things, like you have to talk a certain way. I almost got to feel a cold, brisk air whenever you come down past my neck whenever you speak.
He said a cold,
I'm telling you, bro, listen, you got to be really soft for me to be looking at you. And check this out, bro. It has never failed me. That's why I told you guys, as far as my personal life, I have never had a bad date. These women were amazing that I've dated. 4 black women that I've been with since I've been in California have been amazing, right? Now,
can I answer that person in the comments?
Hold on real quick. Hold on. What I speak out against is what we see, the things that people are dealing with, right? I speak out against bad behavior, lewd behavior, what we see flooding our society. But me personally, I believe in this one rule. Get the right person on the bus the first time around. Go ahead, bro.
Well, that's a cold one right there. I mean, I was answering the person in the question. Somebody in the comments said, how do we know? It's called experience.
That was a crazy question.
It's like, see, like, for example, like that question right now, I don't think she meant no harm. Right?
He said, I don't think she meant no harm.
No. It's like because this is I'm gonna say I've been going through a lot last week, and communication is the issue now. This is no disrespect to nobody, no sex, no race, or nothing. But whenever there's a 10-point gap in IQ, communication becomes impossible. So it's like I get a lot of women thinking I'm talking down to them, and I'm like, I'm not talking down to you. I'm just explaining something. And in their head, they've never heard those combination of words. They just feel like you're talking bad to them. So
that's
I'm
real.
like, well, dang, now I got to go look for a smart one. Because I don't need one with low self-esteem thinking I'm talking down to her because I don't have her third grade vocabulary.
That's real.
It kind of gets on my,
Look, Peter said, pay them and keep it going. Like, you know what's really, really bad? I concede to what you said earlier. Like, just see, men are loyal. That's why they divorce like at 3 times the rate that we do. Men are loyal, right? Even if we're going to fool around, get out there and cheat on our wife a couple times, we're still not leaving. And it's not for any selfish reason. When we commit, we really care how your life is going to turn out with us. We really care about you. Even though we did that stupid stuff, it doesn't matter. What we're looking at is the big picture, right? So it's not the same with women. Women, once they get something in their head, that's why you got to watch who you allow your girls to hang around, because they're susceptible to programming.
That's
and
the biggest
influence.
problem right there.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to tell you what happens.
Give me a second, bro. Give me a second. Shout out to my bro Lovelace in the building, rocking with us, supporting the show. My bro said they want to... Dang, where'd that go? What happened? Man, I'm jumping all over the place. Instagram and... Okay. They want to say I'm fat. They have to say I'm fat fine. This is what we're talking about. Men, we don't know how to do that. That's why we get better. That's why we're so superior. Because we don't say, I don't need to get in the gym. Even if we don't go get in the gym, we won't tell ourselves we look, we look good and things like that. We won't put, I'm cute out of shape. No, we'll say I'm out of shape. But when you guys tell yourselves these lies, you have no incentive to do better. And it doesn't look like you guys are doing better. You're regressing instead of progressing. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. It was something that, like I said, I kind of.
Hey, because we got to touch on something before you go too. We got to touch on something. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, well, I kind of lost my place. I was multitasking. It was something you said earlier I was trying to touch on.
Okay. Listen. You guys think I'm joking because I got a lot of love for you guys. When I'm up here talking to you guys, oftentimes I'm trying to push the sincerity out of me into your faces so you can really get a gist of what I'm saying. Shout out to Biggs over here hitting us off with the Cash App, helping us get closer to our $50 a night goal. Bro, I've been trying to tell my people lately, Grok, Gemini, ChatGPT. I've been trying to tell them, bro, if you are not using these platforms for more than just Google searches, it will be people like me who will seem 20 times smarter than you. I'm trying to get my people, bro, to understand with what AI is doing. If you're not up on AI, and AI is a broad term, that's why I give them several platforms. Bro, listen, I'm going to tell you something, bro. If I woke up,
I would narrow it down to automation, not just AI, but automation, because right now, a lot of these people right now, the reason why they're losing their jobs is they're finding ways to all the little microservices that people do, all that little office stuff. That stuff is going to be like, give it to 2030. All those jobs won't exist no more.
I get what you're saying with that, B, but listen, we're talking about predictive modeling now, man. Like, I don't even have to, I get what you're saying with automation, but man, listen.
AI's in it.
You can take AI and listen, I promise you guys right now, I showed them a demonstration the other night. You can take AI right now, one of these platforms, and you can tell it, give me the most efficient route in creating me a mobile ice cream truck that gives me a significant competitive edge over everyone else in LA who has one. And it will break it all the way down. It will tell you where you can get the pieces. It'll almost schedule appointments for you so you can go and get what you need. I'm only bringing that up to say this. People don't get left behind. What you can do with this AI right now, if you guys are not using AI, and I'm not talking about for no damn Google search, if you guys aren't telling these platforms to bring something tangible and real into reality and show you where you can download it, people who know how to do it will seem like wizards to you. I'm telling you.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me up, bro.
Oh, good. Tell me how your night's going, brother.
Man, it's going terrific now because I've been waiting a while to get on here to talk to you, bro. I want to give you your flowers. Great job, bro. I remember when I'm gonna say we started off because we had our discussion and it was just you and you were getting everything together.
Right.
You were trying to bring the information and you was building. Then I saw the microphone change. So congratulations, Stacey.
I appreciate it, bro.
Congratulations, bro. For real. The background, everything. But I wanted to say this because since we're on the AI, so I'm in real estate. I have some businesses, and it's not just me talking. They're successful businesses, and right now, to scale up on your platform or your business with AI is so easy because most of the work is done, and it's going to end up taking these minuscule jobs, just like you're saying, right? Because the skill. It's not even the skill. It's they're doing what you tell it to do.
Yep.
Whatever you ask it to do, it's going to do. And I don't think people really understand that.
Listen, I encourage you guys to stop using.
Right now.
Hold on, really quick, bro. I apologize. As you guys are hearing both of these brothers talk, what I'm trying to get you to do not be using these platforms for like the same way you use Google. Tell these softwares to do a thing. It will it will build things. Go ahead, bro.
So it's like a small formula with the prompting. It's more so you give it an action, you give it a role, and you give it an outcome. So
it can be a terrific CRM. It will funnel in everybody that you want. It'll create the video. It'll put it out in the times that you ask it to. And these tasks, a lot of people don't have to understand how to do it. All you got to do is speak.
He said my favorite
words. A lot of people are underestimating it. Really.
I agree.
They use it for a little crazy things instead of actually saying, "Hey."
Right. Well, what time is it? What's the weather like? Hey, but real quick, you said.
Hold on, B. Go ahead, people chat.
I'll tell G. G, if you would draft me up a letter, I need a letter for this, and this, and also put it in a PDF form. The AI will draft up the letter because it gets used to how you talk. And it drafts it up in your professional speech, and it does all the auto correction, everything, and all you have to do is send a letter. There's even AI that will send it off an email for you and respond automatically.
Yeah,
we are so behind on how much money we could be making.
I agree.
Because they are replacing the minuscule jobs, and it's not for men because we're more physical.
Right.
So that's what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, B.
Nah, he said a key word that it's like, and it felt good to hear it come out of his mouth because I guess he's in real estate, so he deals with CRMs. My favorite thing to deal with is a CRM, a customer relation management software. That's my favorite thing right now. I've deployed some ERP software, which is like the kind of software that runs major companies, manufacturing, importing, exporting, invoicing, stuff like that. And a lot of these softwares, when you buy them, they cost a lot of money. They like these go high level, the software I was trying to get you to do. But right now, I'm able to deploy those for people that don't want to pay those monthly subscriptions. There's these softwares that are open source that allow you to run complete companies for free online on your host with AI automating everything.
See, I want you guys to understand.
If you don't mind.
Give me a second. I want you guys to understand. This is why I don't call this a red pill channel. This is a lifestyle show. Like, we talk about the things that matter. From dating to dress wear to colognes to lifestyle, right? The things that are important to life. You guys need to know this stuff because if you don't know this stuff, and I swear to you, listen, I read a study recently that said there are people in college right now going to college for degrees that AI is going to obliterate in 3 months. You people better be listening. You better be listening. What I want to make sure that you do is you're not left hanging. And listen, everybody's not a business owner too. I want to get that out there now. That's something when the internet came, everybody was, you look at everybody's profile, entrepreneur. When Puffy Combs introduced us to CEOs, now everybody's a CEO. Listen, don't play yourself like that. The majority of people are not business owners. What you can do is set yourself up to get promotions at a job that you're already working at and things like that. What you can do is set yourself up to run your own little store off Amazon or something. But there's a reason they call them the top 20%, because around only 20% of people have the drive and the fortitude that is required in order to be a successful business owner. That means the majority of people don't have the fortitude. And it is very, 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 very hard. You have to have a component in you called ambition, drive, right? What this does is it takes a lot of the work off of you of trying to wake up and being driven. Me, myself, if I get caught up watching one of my favorite TV sitcoms for too long, an alarm goes off and I start feeling like a loser. I'll say to something basically kicks me between my legs, like, that 3 hours that you've been watching Married with Children, do you know what you could have pulled off had you been on your purpose? So that's what I'm saying. Everybody doesn't have that in them. So in the event that you're one of the ones who don't have that in you, it's fine. Get to something that you know you have in you and build a foundation around it so you can be very proficient at it. You can be better than the next man at it.
Man, see, bro, if you don't keep teaching them, man, I don't understand why they don't want to listen. Now, stay.
Yeah, just
we can't hear you, bro.
Zoom.
Okay, we can hear you now. You back?
Okay, if you can do it in Zoom, man, it would be terrific. So let me show you what you inspired me to do. All right, I'm gonna show you now. I'm going down here, and you were inspiration. 1 second. Hey, all right. Flip this camera around. Let's see here. All right, Stacey, you ready for this?
Talk to me.
This is what I plan on having you on, bro.
Bro, that's nuts. That's nuts for real. Hey, bro, I like that, man. I like that.
This is like you don't understand. Like, I have what I do in my city is because I watched you, and this was years ago.
Right.
And I haven't been on the platform. I just sit back silently and watch.
Bro.
But tonight I wanted to tell you.
I want you to send me a few pictures of that, bro. I like that, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I got you, bro. I got you. But yeah, please keep doing your thing. If you have time, add me up. I would love to have a discussion with you and connect the network. But I'm gonna let you guys have it. Thank you again, Stacey. Brian, connect up with me.
I hit your inbox in case you need any type of info, want to exchange any ideas or anything.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. And much respect, everybody.
You already know, man. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Yes, sir. Night.
Yeah, that brother's layout was cold-blooded.
You over there going hard in the paint.
Yeah, for real.
But you know what's so funny about this? I just really started taking TikTok serious about a couple weeks ago. My friend has a show, and he has a pretty decent audience. Not as big as yours, but he has a faithful, loyal, big paying audience, right? And I mean, I showed up on the show, and a day later they start hitting me up, and I didn't have to question them or nothing. They just start saying, "Yeah, we need you to work on this, and this." Started sending me deposits. I'm like,
right.
It threw me off. I'm like, wow, they don't play no games over there.
Putting that work in. But listen, man, I'm about to jump back and knock the rest of this show out. What you gonna be doing in a little bit?
I'm about to go finish work on a couple of these sites.
I knew he was gonna say.
You burnt out. The same thing we do every day, Pinky.
Come on, man, trying to take this thing over. You understand?
Have a good one, man.
You already know, bro. Miss Kanai. There she is. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me how your night is going.
Oh, it's busy. But I'm good. What's going on with you?
Listen, I had an epiphany like last night. I rose up out the bed like Count Dracula, right? For real, listen, because, we hear a lot of these things, and sometimes they affect us because, a logical thinking person, it doesn't sit well with us to not be able to figure something out, to problem solve. And, we don't want to be this far away from understanding what something means or what somebody's talking about. And the thing that these women had been doing that, there was I almost had I was in proximity of trying to figure out. But your mom is black. I was, I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, I've
why
been
are they
trying to
doing
deal with
this?
that for the minute. Mm-hmm.
Listen, it came to me last night. I woke up out the bed like, this what they been doing. Listen. You know how oftentimes when we're talking to them, we know when the conversation's about to get hostile and they're about to try to go delusional. So you may say something like, okay, true or false, black men take each other's lives at a disproportionate rate. You know they're going to say yeah. And I'm saying that so that when they say yeah, now when I get over here and I start laying out some of the things that black women are doing to make us look bad, you won't be able to say, oh, he's only on the women, because I just acknowledged with you about, listen, what they're doing with this thing, but your mom is black, that's their version of logic. Listen, they think they are showing their ass too. Like, and I got something for this nigga. Because he up here talking about overweight black women. Watch what I'm going to hit him with. What color is your mom? Your mom is black. So does she fall in the same category as all these other big black women you're talking about? But what they never expect is, yeah, if she's big, she's one of those black women. Listen, Kanai, you would never
But
believe.
they mamas made that up though. You don't understand. That's been said for decades.
Yeah, but well, before you got here, that's what we was talking about. Like, we've been taught to idolize Big Mama, not question her nor nothing.
Yeah, cause she's evil, and she'll hurt you. She'll hurt you if things don't go her way. That's been a thing. That's nothing new. They just using it now for a shaming tactic. But
I
back in
agree.
the day, it was, you don't disrespect your mama black, you this, that.
Yeah.
That's where they picked it up from. But now they're really using it as a shaming tactic.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Whatever tool, whatever weapon they can find to use to combat bad behavior and not have to take responsibility.
That's what it is.
They doing it.
That's what it is.
But they doing it because they don't think that men are being held accountable, and they really don't see that men are being held accountable. Even if it's the court system, even if it's the policeman, a man is being held. Black men have been held accountable for the past 60 years.
What, you think they don't know that, or you think they really don't know it?
No, they don't know that, because you know why? Because the men that they chose are not the men that they feel is getting punished. That's why you had them women sitting up on that show. I
swear right now, Kanai, listen.
Talking about some unalive these men.
Kanai, right now, while you were saying this and I questioned it, the video that you sent me popped up in my head to where they said it. They said black men haven't been accountable. Like, what? We lose our life. We get 40 and 50 years in prison.
Like other men. What you mean? We been getting lynched. Our men been getting lynched and chopped off and emasculated for years. They don't see it, but see what it is it's a call. It's a call for men that they have been with to be exterminated, to be destroyed.
Right.
It's the man after their heart, the man that they chose that they feel didn't do them right, or why are you overlooking me, or why you treated me this way, without saying that, well, I chose that man. I chose to be with, even when somebody told me he was a woman beater, or even when somebody told me he wasn't no good, or even when I saw the signs, I still did my deal with him. So they're mad that those men
got to get away with it.
That they feel that they got to get, because see, they cannot overpower you physically. This is the reason why they have to go and ask other men to do that, because they cannot overpower men with their physical strength. So they have to go buy the strength. They have to go advocate for the strength. They have to go somewhere else. And I'm sorry, black women, but ain't no man stronger than our men.
It ain't.
I'm sorry. I don't understand what y'all doing, but there is no man on this planet. That's why it takes 20 police officers for one black man. There is nothing that they can do with your man. Nothing. Unless they got a weapon.
Look, Ms. Met said find
There's
another
nothing
bully.
that they can do.
ZF.
Yeah, find another bully. Sorry.
Hey, how you doing, Stacy? What's up, Miss Kanai? How you doing, sis?
I'm good. What your wife cooking? I know you getting ready to eat.
Oh, I already ate.
She said he already ate. I knew he already ate. Or she cooked. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I had some steak and pesto noodles. You know, the
Oh,
homemade
cool.
joints.
I made steaks the other night. Sure did. They was
I
good
gotta
too.
get me a woman for real. Listen, people
You
be
better pick.
telling me.
Hey, Stacy, you better pick one of them three angels you got. All of them.
I know. Listen, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I got to pull off some major accomplishments, and then I might be free. You know what I mean? ZF, you had something for me?
It can help you.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what she there for.
well, first and foremost, I gotta do my job. Hey, y'all, the likes are low. Come on, Stacy, Kanai, everybody been cooking up here, and the likes is super low. So please tap the screen. You know what I mean? Get the likes up. The show goal is 50K tonight because the attendance is good but not great. So the show goal is 50K tonight. We're almost halfway there. Please tap the screen, share the live. Also, the international Quiet Storm then dropped 2 bombs over here on TikTok while Stacy was chopping it up. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. And but the point I wanted to make.
Hold on. Give me a second, bro. Shout out to my brother, the International Quiet Storm, definitely in the building. My day one. Setting it off over here for us. I appreciate you, my guy. I saw the galaxy earlier. I was just trying to get the conversation out. Go ahead, ZF.
So my thing is, they always love to drop the Yo Mama Black shit, but the crazy part is, if you flip it, they daddy black and they've been lying on black men for 40 fucking years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they ain't never seen their daddy.
That motherfucker still black.
Don't matter. They ain't never seen him. They can't identify.
Didn't develop no love enough for him or respect enough for him to not lie on black men.
That's right.
Shit, they named after him. Old Glock TV
Don't matter.
should have it.
They ain't never seen them. They don't even know where they come from. They got to figure out if they daddy the mailman, the black mailman that was coming around, the pool man, or whoever else, uncle that she lied and said it was the uncle coming through the house. Look, they don't know which one it is.
Yeah, I remember that. Dad? Calling him calling your daddy uncle.
Calling your daddy. Yeah. Calling
I'm just
uncle.
saying. They be Fred Drina and Glock Tavisha and some old shit named after this motherfucker. You talking shit about your daddy black, but you talking shit about black men.
Brandon in the building.
I ain't with it.
Yeah, but they won't talk about that woman straddling her little boy, kissing him in the mouth. See, they don't want to talk about that.
Right.
They don't want to talk about how they sexualizing their children. Excuse my language.
Right. They don't want to talk about how that little boy was telling his mama, "You sexy."
Whoa, yeah.
No, you ain't seen no lives about that.
Said that shit with his whole chest. I was like, and then the other video, the boy was high school age, probably about 16. They kissing on the mouth. What? Man, fuck out of here.
Listen, my people over here, we are $25 short from our show goal tonight, YouTube. Let's go, people. We need 5 people to set this thing off, and we're going to keep it going, right? Listen, real quick, I want to tap into something. I've been wanting to tap in with you. I didn't want to believe this. I didn't want to believe this conversation we had. Y'all actually pissed me off with this conversation, to be quite honest. Like, I'm a really ambitious and driven person, and I don't. Me, you, Guru, I forget who else it was. We were up here. I think Miss Matt might have been up here. And the same way it kind of pissed me off when Minister Farrakhan said a nation can rise no higher than its women. I didn't like that because I don't like nobody even associating me with having to rely on somebody else for my success and things like that. But when me, you, and Guru, maybe ZF might have been up here too, because we was up here for a minute. And we were talking about black men can build an infrastructure that will serve as a place of refuge for our children after we're gone, things of that nature. And you guys said something that I'm like, they actually sound kind of crazy and conspiracy theory. You guys said, look what they have been using. Well, let me go ahead and show you guys where I'm going with this. You guys said, look what they have been using to tear black men down all of this time. That's that Michigan coach. I swear, Kanai, when I saw that, your name is the first one. See, what y'all was saying, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but I ain't gotta be that irresponsible with my stuff. But y'all wasn't lying. It's happening. This brother just lost like what?
Well, $30
million.
Yeah.
Like, is this real?
He lost $1 million.
Delineation needs to happen. Delineation needs to happen. That dude is not black. He's a tether. His parents are from Trinidad.
Listen, what was his contract, ZF? It was around
it was
like
he was
10
getting
million.
13 million a year.
Bruh. Listen, somebody tell me what actually happened. I don't know.
Can't be that. Can't be that.
So okay. So
listen, they got him charged with
university-
home invasion because he burst into his mistress's home yelling, "You ruined my life."
Right. So check this out. Dude was sloppy. Dude was sloppy and shit, right? So he's married with I think it's 2 kids. He's married. But every university has policy about.
Hey, you can hit the cash app, Brandon. The real Stacey Prince. I hear you, bro.
About staff messing with assistants, students, blah blah blah. So the girl that he cheated with was a staffer for the team, right? And supposedly, this is allegedly, I don't know how real it is, he got her knocked up.
The cash app is at the bottom of the screen. The real Stacey Prince.
University.
Shout out to Jordan in this situation.
And that's how they found out. And then, so it leaks. Of course, it causes trouble at home, big trouble. He shows up. She kicks him out. His wife kicks him out. He shows up.
Listen, shout out to Brandon, definitely in the building, racking us up for the rest of this show. Go.
Literally breaks in.
I appreciate the love, brother.
He's sitting in a jumpsuit like a dumbass, and then he didn't get handed the job because he earned the recommendation. But Harbaugh had it in his contract that if he leaves, dude becomes the head coach. So he messed up.
Oh, that's nuts. Hey, bro, I don't even think I want to hear no more.
So he messed up the connection with the white dude. Got the white dude looking crazy for vouching for him.
Listen, ZF, I think me and you come from different sides of the track. I don't know to what extent, but I'm saying that because, like, when me and my guys got out there, we went nuts a little bit with women, right? We went nuts a little bit. And even in that, bro, I can't see myself reducing myself to this, man. Bro, you serious?
I ain't crashing out.
Yeah, I ain't got to crash out, bro. And I've touched women. I don't got to. I think this. I think there was already something in that brother that was broken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was something already taking place. Like, listen,
Non-husband.
no black woman, no Asian, no nobody. I'm not crashing out. Listen, I'll be honest with you.
Nope.
There was a woman. I don't care. I don't give a. Listen. There was a little flirting taking place as early as 2 days ago. And I said, I'm not really with this type of, you know what I mean, conversation online, thing like that. You know what I mean? If you cool with trade numbers. She said, let me think about it. Bro, I erased our whole conversation. There's no woman who could treat me like that. Never. I don't even care if she meant any harm by it or not. What did Eddie Murphy say? On Boomerang? Oh, you'll get back to me, huh? Not me. You can't do me like that. No woman can. I'm not strung out like that. How we see these men doing, you know, how, to be honest, women are selling themselves today. And men, we call them simps and things like that. What the links that they're willing to go through to obtain nights with these women and things of that nature. I truly believe what I bring to the table is just as valuable with whatever you believe is valuable about you to me. Even exchange. I've heard Kanai say, listen, I told my boy, I better not catch you simping. Like, listen, it ain't that deep. What's wrong with you, Negro?
I love you from a distance.
Man, how many times do I
want no simp around me? That's a dangerous soul. I'm good.
Fact.
Mm.
Stacy, how many times have I said it? It's just bars.
It is. I mean, let me say this too, though. Let me say this. See, here's what I know. Listen, the right woman is no different than a thermonuclear detonator device. She can amp a man up to become something that he didn't even know was in him. It typically happens like that, to be honest. Because you have made me feel such a way about you, the quality that I see in you is something that I can't see myself ever losing. And then we start running simulations in our own heads about her value and how far I'm willing to go to make sure I never lose her, that she's never really thinking about. Before you know it, we've been taking realtor courses. I got a decent job, but no, she can't never leave me. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying, simping and paying for this woman, make sure she don't leave you. No, I'm talking about a woman can trigger that thing. The right woman, she can trigger that superhero inside of that guy. And before you know it, this man is all inside of his purpose. See, because a good woman, she really is just that. She's a good woman, right? So I don't want nobody to think that I don't see no value in women. I definitely do. Like, I wouldn't be as far as I am in life if it hadn't have been. I'm not going to say I wouldn't, but it would have taken longer. I do know that. It would have taken longer. I'd have had to make more mistakes, right? I just think that a man who allows himself to be following after a woman and inconveniencing himself for sex, you have a long way to go. And you might, just doing that might lead you 3 to 5 years of having to go back and do some things over. This is why I tell you guys, I'm not red pill. I keep telling you guys I'm not red pill. I'm lifestyle, right? You don't want to do things that will cause you to have to go back and repair some things for 5 years. Shout out to Love Lace in the building, lacing us up over here with some love. Mr. Keisha.
Hello, how are you?
Tell me how your night is going.
It's going pretty good. Nice weather.
Oh, is
nice
it?
Night.
Okay. You just coming back in from the club?
No, I don't do clubs.
That's what's up. Listen, I got a question for you. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. Let me ask you, do you, according to your own personal belief, you're not necessarily like that, so I'm going to have to make an example. But have you heard these conversations that we have sometimes up here with some of the women, not all of the women, but some of the women, like you can't get them to understand something really, really simple that you're saying? Have you ever heard me interviewing women and I'm trying to get this person to see something really simple?
I have.
Okay, so
I watch a couple of your clips too.
Okay. So my question to you is this, coming from a woman, do you acknowledge as a woman? I'm asking you because we don't know. Men don't know. We don't have that thing inside of us that you have in you. You guys can click a switch and go delusional, and we don't. We tell our homeboys, "Hey, bro, why the hell every time we go out we got to pay? Nigga, get your money up." We get confronted like that by life. You guys get things padded for you a lot. So some of the confrontations that will come to you later on in life, you're not used to them. So when you hear them, it triggers something. My question to you is this. Do you acknowledge that if I approach you right now about you being promiscuous and things like that, and I'm telling you how it is not sound for you to have 3 children by 3 different men, do you acknowledge that it would be a lot easier for you to say, that kind of makes sense, and that could be a point? Do you believe it would be easier to say that than to say, well, men do it?
I'm going to go with the first option. It's easier for me to acknowledge it's not what I should be doing. Having 3 different kids, 3 different men, or just multiple men just in general.
So how are we going through this then? Like, I really want a woman to tell us, because we don't know. We are very, very far away from the understanding of that. Like I said, we get arrested. We don't, when the car gets behind us, we don't unzip a couple of buttons and get out of that speeding ticket. Life has always been very direct with men. It's been very direct. But you guys have been cuddled to such a degree to where the mere being confronted with anything that is not sweet, pleasant, and roses gets you guys so offended and emotional to where you can go to a place of delusional. So my question to you is this: what is going on inside of a woman, and what does it feel like, if you've ever experienced it, what does it feel like when you guys do go to a place of saying, but men do it, instead of just saying, yeah, I shouldn't be sleeping around? Is it just high levels of emotions, or what is it?
I personally don't do it. I'm a very genuine person.
Gotcha.
But it's more like a kind of trend that's out. It's like monkey see, monkey do. Because there's no structure with women, or women that are still trying to develop, or just women that just simply, I'm going to say, don't know any better, or either that is just their thing to do, manipulation.
Right. I
like
think
that.
it could be a little bit of everything you just said, for real.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too deep into it, but it's I'm gonna just go with the fact that it's kind of like a trend, like what they see other women do, they think it's what's meant to be done, instead of just using their own conscience to think about, how do I want to see my future? What can I do to better myself, instead of how can I get over?
Right.
And I mentioned it a time before about the women that walk around with different wigs on,
Right.
BBLs and things like that, being unauthentic.
Right.
No real man wants something that's not genuine
Right.
or unauthentic.
I
So
agree.
it's kind of like they're self-delusional, more like a self-affliction, and they don't have the awareness of what it is to be just a woman. Just simply be yourself.
Right.
That's all. That's there's no men that I know of that's looking for women that's unauthentic.
Not for anything more than a fun night.
That's the chaos.
Miss Kanai.
Yeah.
See, the reason I didn't ask you is I know you probably can't relate, but do you understand what I'm trying to ask you? Like, because listen, men, we don't want to be women. We don't want, but we really want an understanding of, we want to know what it feels like. We want to know what's taking place the moment that women snap and say something dumb as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Okay, if I tell you it's not sound to have 3 children by 3 different men, what happens inside of this woman that causes her to actually formulate an argument that, well, it ain't too bad to have, 3 children? Like, what's going on?
You messing with her hustle. You messing with her hustle. She don't want to be rejected. She wants to be. She wants to be it, even when she's not it. Value don't never. Women don't believe that value don't change. They believe that they hold their value even with the 5 baby daddies.
Today was an amazing show.
And 10,000 kids. It's not going to change. I'm a female. I'm a woman.
Yep.
I have vagina. This is what, excuse my language, but that's what they think. And they don't think that they lose value. So when you start saying that, hey, well, shoot, men ain't looking for a woman that got, whatever it is that they wearing a weave, if they doing whatever it is that you're saying, even the natural women, I don't care what they wearing. Look, femininity is not identified with your hair and all of that stuff. Femininity is identified with a behavior. It's a behavior.
I agree with what you just said. Like, basically, Stacey Prince saying these things, and he player hating.
Yeah, exactly. And so what you're doing is that's why they were so mad at Kevin Samuels, though. Because Kevin Samuels was waking the men up to saying that I have value, that I don't have to accept you, because women know that y'all was really out there dating them with kids. That's why they saying it. Y'all was messing with us when we had kids. You was trying to get my number. You was not caring about I had a weave until Kevin came along and told all you Negroes that you had work you to put on a tie, wear some cologne, and act like you somebody. Who you think you are? You was messing with me. Your mama black.
Got you.
So it's you messing with my hustle now. You telling the men you messing with my, when my EBT run out. You messing with a little change that I get on the Friday night just for keeping the brother company.
So listen, you saying they do know the truth.
Why you think they killed Christ? Why you think they underlie Christ?
Listen, so you saying that they're not as
that hustle.
You saying as much of it ain't as much as delusion as we think, but like sometimes we just interfering with something that they got going on, and we player hating.
You're interfering with my lifestyle. Yep. You're interfering with things that I get that men are not even
from this lifestyle that you up here condemning.
You trying to wake them up, and you trying to tell them leave me alone.
You say, oh, hating ass nigga.
Exactly. That's when they start telling y'all sassy, you jealous and all of that stuff, cause you just mad cause you know women can get this and you jealous. Yeah, that's what they saying to you. You leave us alone. This is how it always been. Why you got something to say now?
Hey, I keep on telling y'all, man.
Telling you, that's what it is.
How to show online, people. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the best shows that we have up here. When I get educated up on something that's been bothering me, to me, those are the best shows. Because problem solvers, we need to know the answers to these things, because until we even come within close proximity of some type of guesstimate or answer, we're baffled. I don't like being baffled.
That's a form of rejection. That is a form of rejection. Okay.
So listen, you just helped me. Listen. According to what you said, we could understand why somebody would say, I wish that nigga was unalived. And after he unalives, be dancing on, nigga, you was messing with my program.
That's right. And I'm glad. And you know what it was? They felt relieved. Because now they ain't really. Look, Kendra G would not be able to do what Kendra G is doing if Kevin was still here. There would have been no way that there would be a Kendra G on this level on the platform.
Right,
Nowhere.
Right.
He was there and she could not move her. And you know what? I'm a conspiracy theorist, but at the end of the day, Kendra G would not have been able to move forward with the level. Ashley Dalton, none of these women.
I was about to say a lot of people wouldn't have been able to. Can I?
Them up. He would have been Kevin. They would have never got their foot in the door. They would have either had to conform and get right, or they just wouldn't have no show.
I agree with that. Even men. I believe there's men who, because Kevin didn't swing from anybody's, he wasn't a fan. He didn't fan out and things like that. So I think it would have made it harder for a lot of people. He was just polarizing, period. I'll just put it that way. He was polarizing. Like he sucked up a lot of oxygen in the room. He really, really did. It'd be a tough squeeze for anybody to fit in there. You'd really have to come and bring that thing, you know what I mean? Because his heart was in the right place. I heard somebody just recently, I forget who it was. They were talking about how people, when their heart is in the right place, their businesses take off at a more impactful magnitude than other people's. Because when your heart's in the right place, you're going to be legit doing a lot of the right things just because your heart is in the right place. And if you look at what he was doing, listen, I stand to believe he was going to be like 4 times bigger than what we saw. That's what I believe. I believe some mega things were happening. You know what I mean? And
his channel was at a couple million right now, but
but hey, Stacey, check this out. They said he hated black women, but he sat up there one-on-one for the better part of 2 hours and tried to make Brittany Renner look like a human being. Are you serious? He did.
I want to ask a couple of you guys about her. Go ahead.
He sat there one-on-one with multiple ratchet broads and tried to make them look human, but he hated black women because he could have went in on all of them.
Listen,
he did go in on them.
Appreciate you, bro.
Listen, Kanai, I got a question for you. I'm coming to you, ZF. I'm coming to you, Mr. Keisha. A couple of you may not be. Well, I know two of you are, but you can call me. I'll be a sucker for a second. What do you think about Brittany Renner? Do you think there's any hope for her?
No.
Tell me why.
The only thing that's gonna give her a pass is her light skin. That's it. That's the only thing to give her a pass is her light skin. But she ain't gonna be able to come back from where she is. Men have already checked her out and have seen what she did to PJ.
Listen, shout out. My fault, sweetie. Shout out to my bro Ali, definitely in the building, rocking with us. You already know what it is. Hey, listen. I need you guys. Listen, I need you to go listen. For those of you guys who saw, it's on the link, and somebody jumped in my TikTok. My TikTok DM and was like, bro, that show you was on Ali and them panel. Where's it at? I made it unprivate and things. Listen, those of you, go down to my DM. Not my DM, but go down into my videos. Look at it. You're going to see it. It's got code graphics all over it. Check his show out. Like and subscribe my man's show. Like, hey, listen, it goes down like 5 to 10 person panels. Okay. I need y'all to check his show out and subscribe to it. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me see something.
I was in there while you was in there. I said hi.
I ain't
I
even
don't know if
see
y'all
you,
be
man.
seeing.
Hey, Ali, if you got a minute, come on up and holler at me.
Ali, they be having them hyenas. I don't know why
It's a
every
link down there in the
podcast.
chat right now. What'd you say, can I?
Yeah, no,
I don't know. I don't understand why every. I don't understand why every podcast got all these hyenas on there. But anyway, that's another story. I guess you can't make content with good women.
You know what?
Nah,
you know what? I think this.
Brittany Renner.
Hold on, Zeph.
Oh, go ahead.
I think myself, I kind of see the logic in it because you kind of don't have to do the work with the way, like Christ said, I came for the sick, not those that are whole. You understand? Ali.
What's going on, my brother? Am I muted? Am I good?
Nah, we can hear you, man. Tell me how your night's going, bro.
It's going good, man. We had a great show earlier, man. I had to come support my brother Prince, man.
My bro. How was the show?
It was good. It was great, man. You know, just keep growing and growing. But you know, we've been supporting you for a long time, so I got to make sure I bless you as well, too, my brother. I got to come stop by at the house, man. You're one of the real ones doing it, you know.
Bro, listen, I got a question for you, real quick, man. You familiar with
Yes, sir.
Brittany Renner?
Very familiar.
Okay, so my question, because you remember when Kevin Gates kind of snatched her up and whatnot?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so my question to you is I'm not going to use any phrase for you because, listen, I've been in the streets, right? And I know I was able to rebound, right? So my question to you is, it's a two-part question. I'm coming to you, ZF. It's a two-part question. Were you hopeful that she was on a serious path to change, and when you saw her locked in with Kevin Gates practicing Islam, or and the second part is, do you think that there's hope for her?
So I'm always hopeful, right? I'm not one of them people that see someone going down the wrong path, and I hope that they stay down the wrong path, and I'm hopeful that they're able to correct their behaviors. But I didn't really have that much hope for her, given her reputation and the way she's been conducting herself for a long time, especially when she was pretending to practice Islam as well too. But she's done so many contradictory things, especially being a mother, that I didn't see her actually being converting to Islam, nor trying to find the right man when she got with Kevin Gates. So if she really converted to Islam and she was looking for a righteous, orderly brother, why would you get with Kevin Gates when Kevin Gates contradicts himself a bunch of times as well too? So I had hope for her, but I didn't have hope that she actually changed, because most women don't change.
That's where I was at with it, bro. Like I wanted to see better for her because I know God has blessed my life and I've turned around. But
of course,
when you're moving in a certain pattern, like there's a study that I tell people about that I read. Excuse me. It says what a person is doing at the age of 30 to 34 is likely what they'll be doing for the rest of their life. Are there exceptions to that rule? Yes. But for the most part, it works out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes, sir. I agree 100%. Most people don't change. And most of the women's behaviors, they have no reason to change because they're still rewarded for their bad behaviors. And I won't even say more so rewarded, they're entertained. Most men know these women ain't marriageable. So if they're getting access to you, I mean, they know it too. They're not marriageable as well too. They're always looking for somebody to give them more instead of improving their behaviors of women. So if you didn't earn, I know if I'm getting sex from women and I know I'm not a righteous brother, but I'm being entertained by women because my resources or my looks or who I am as a man based on reputation, I know what I'm getting. And I know if I'm buying women's attention, if I'm buying women's love, if I'm buying sex from women. So the women know exactly what their value is in the market. And a lot of them choose not to improve the quality of the woman. They just want more as a woman.
Hey, give me a second because you just took us somewhere. We're finna pivot just a second. ZF.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this, bro. We're gonna pivot for just a second based on that. Do you think, I'm gonna ask you for a percentage, and we're gonna talk about the black community. We're gonna talk about the black community. Listen, what percentage of the women in the black community would you say they are not qualified to be wives?
Me or the brother?
ZF, I'm coming to you though.
Easily 70. Easily.
Okay. Tell me
so
why.
We'd have to go.
Probably more.
Oh yeah.
Tell me why, ZF.
So, all right. Well, first of all, they weren't raised to be wives.
Yep.
They were told to put other things ahead of family, and they end up messing up their prime years and their prime opportunities to get and lock down a decent man, following bad advice.
Yep.
Right? Like, they like their mamas tell them go to school, get an education. Not knocking education, but when you're in college, you have the highest concentration of men who are ambitious,
right,
who are on the right track, who are about something. You have the highest concentration right there in front of you, and choose to ignore it. And then after you graduate, you want to say, "Where's the good man?" You know what I mean?
Nuts. If that's not backwards,
you know
what I mean? Mr. Keisha.
Well, let me just land with this other thing. And they usually don't do it till years after they graduate. When they're about to hit 30 or they've already hit 30, their prime years are gone. Now you want to start brand new with some dude. Like, it's going to, you got to meet him. You got to vet him. You got to do all this court. Then you want to get married. You want to have a couple years kid-free to, enjoy each other. By the time you get around to having a kid, you only got time for one, maybe two. Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you messed up your prime fertility years, chasing bags and Gloctavius, getting ran through, having a 304 phase.
I was finna say, no, it ain't even about fertility, because at the age of 30, ours already got 2 or 3 kids, man. They already got 2 or 3 kids
Stacey,
around 30 something.
let me tell you something. I think that the wife.
Oh, shit.
Wife characteristics is really deeper than what people have been saying. It's not easy to be a wife.
I agree.
Is that my sister?
Who was that?
That's Kanai.
That's Kanai. Kanai, who you think this is? Hey, what's going on, Kanai? I know my sister from another universe. I always remember my Kanai. What's going on, Kanai?
Nothing much. I'm just trying to.
That's crazy. That's crazy, Kanai. That's so crazy.
Where are you at?
He on YouTube, baby.
I'm on my brother Stacey Prince. Come on, man. Hey, you know great minds.
Hey, I'm gonna drop down and get back to moderating, but y'all be safe, stay dangerous.
All right, bro. Appreciate you.
Zero. What I wanted to say though, it is not easy. Look, everybody cannot be a wife, and I know we always, I am a biblical woman. Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. Okay, but always had a foundation. 1, because of my earthly father, and 2, because of my heavenly father. And I will say this, and because, I have a covering, but I will say this. It is not for every woman to be a wife. When you become a wife, or when you say you are a wife, there are certain characteristics that do come with that. The first sign of submission that you will see when it comes to a woman is a woman giving up her money. These women ain't giving up their money.
I agree.
Your money is to be turned over. And you know what? See, a lot of us would think that is far-fetched, but it is the money that causes things. See, y'all are not women, but it causes something to stir up in a woman. It causes us to want to feel or have a power to make a decision, or boss you, or be in partnership, or this is the reason why a lot of women go to school and trying to get degrees and make the money, because that's their down payment for control. That's why they say partnership. See, if you really read the legal terms for partnership and individual and all of that, they are none of that. You're not a business. You're not a trust, right? These are what these terms mean. in the legal aspect of things. Just look up the USC code. You will find the meaning of these things. Just go to Cornell Law, and look up all the USC code and look up the definitions of what partnership means, what an individual is, what a corporation is, what a person is. And you will see that even in those things, when they call themselves individuals, well, you're not a trust. You're not a corporation. You're not an organization.
But see, Kanai, listen, what has happened is, you know, I know you guys are familiar with, you remember when we got turned on to Men in Black, and they had that wand that they can click it and it'd be like a memory wipe. That's what has happened to Black women. Like, I don't think people truly know the extent. When we speak about white supremacy, they have been programmed so that the powers that be don't have to be the ones who execute the white supremacy. They've passed out this dainty, this toy, this fruit, this tasty. And in order for our women to continue getting these dainties and tasties, they have to abide by certain rules. They have to execute certain things until the point where all that they're executing stands against us, stand against everything that is required for the man and the woman to come together and rebuild this thing. Because now, I told you, it used to pee me off when the Honorable Minister Farrakhan said a nation can rise no higher than its women. That pissed me off, right? But if you think about
you gotta understand the standard.
He's talking about the whole thing. Like, I can still be successful with things like that, but to build this thing, we gotta have somebody not working against us, and it damn sure needs to be the person that's laying in the bed next to us. The person laying in the bed next to us can't be also working against us. Listen, the most deadly part is not even knowing that he's working against us.
But Stacey, that was the plan. Give them opportunities. Give them a plan. See, we didn't have these problems like this. I'm not saying that even back then, 40, 60 years ago, that we didn't have some issues in the household. We know Damon Wayans' mother used to cuss out his father. We understand that. But the majority of our women was still putting family first. We didn't have these problems today. We were raised to be wise. Most of our women can cook, okay? Most of our women can cook. They can clean. They don't want to. But my point that I was making is you have to give over the money, because if you don't give over the money will keep the woman bossy. I just read some girl's book today, some Erica girl, talking about no submission, don't submit, don't marry. Something like that. She's starting this mess because these women are hurt. You got to understand, they are very hurt because truly, and like I keep saying, they don't know a love of a man. That's why Kevin said this. Kevin said, there is nothing you can do to save a hyena. But y'all got them on y'all podcast every day spewing BS.
Hey, listen, Kanai, my brother Bernard said, Kanai, love the way you say I think over I feel. Logical sister. Yeah, she gets down like that, my guy.
Thank you. But and then, but see, they never had. See, it is important for us to have a father. Look, the father sets things in order. It doesn't mean that you will never make a mistake. That's impossible because we are infallible. We are flesh and blood. We're gonna fall. We is sin nature. That's just the way it is. But when you have some teaching. Even the Bible says you train up a child the way that they should go, so when they get old, they will come back to their father's house. They will come back to the ways and the teachings of what they've learned from their father's house, right? And so that's why when you get 30, you straighten up. That's why when you get whoever was your father, whatever taught you, whether if it was the word, a mentor, or
Elizabeth, come on up. Come on up, Elizabeth. Click the link that I just dropped in the chat.
But these women don't want to give up their money. And see, even when you come to God, God already tell you when you come to him, he say, look, you can't serve God and mammon too. You got to get that money up. Now that's for all of us.
Give me a second, Kanai. Give me a second. Mr. Keisha. Mr. Keisha.
Yes, I'm here.
Do you disagree with what Kanai said? Like, basically, she's saying, like, let me hit something real quick. Kanai, there's a woman, I've said this to you guys before. There's a woman I was dealing with. She was Peruvian, And this woman was 3 years old, and she was talking about she was gonna go ask her dad for some money. I'm like, what? And she was like, oh no, it's my. She said, you know, I have a job. She said, it's my money. She said, but me and my sister, we give our paychecks to our dad, and he gives us money whenever we go to it. And she said, because in our culture, it's taught that money ruins a woman. So I stand very firm on what you said. Listen, Mr. Keisha, what do you think about what she was just saying, that money can kind of ruin a woman?
I agree with that.
If y'all all in agreement, where we having all these problems out of these black women?
Because y'all ain't talking to the right one. I can tell you that.
All right, give me a second. Give me a second.
I can tell you.
Miss Elizabeth. Miss Elizabeth.
Hello.
Tell me how your night is going.
Good. How's yours?
Oh, man, life is amazing. I cannot seem to lose. So you said this. You said, no, back in the 60s, women stayed in marriages because they didn't have the ability to have their own bank accounts, their own apartments, their own jobs that paid a livable wage, and no DV shelters. Okay, so my question is this. Let's say that everything that you're saying is true. Since women acquired those things, did women start doing better or not? Is things better for women or no?
I feel like they are, because women have the opportunity to not be married if they don't want to be married.
But
so,
hold on. I think I'm talking about in the total sum, even with what you're saying now, the ability to not be married if they don't want to. Is that turning out to be something that was good for them?
I think for the women that were in marriages where they were being abused and they didn't have the ability to go to a domestic violence shelter, because those didn't exist until the 1980s.
But I'm talking about overall life. Has women's quality of life gotten better? When I say quality of life, where your guys' life is at, okay, let's do it like this. Shit, you want to go here. Turbulence, nigga. Miss Elizabeth, if you could give me a number, how many men would you say you've been with in life?
In like relationships or sexually?
Just sexually.
Like over 1,000.
Okay, do you think that that's good? You think you
should
do that?
I mean, it was my choice to do it. So in that sense, yes. Like I chose to do that. So those are choices that
listen, what about that is good for society?
It's good because it gives women the ability to be who they are. So like if a woman wants to have sex and she likes having sex and she wants to have sex, this allows her to be able to do that. And so I don't see anything wrong with someone having sex if they want to do that. If that's something they want to do and they're willing to accept the consequences of doing that, then they have every right to do it. And I think that there's nothing wrong with them doing it. I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody choosing that.
So it's a contradiction, because women shame men for getting sex all the time. And they actually have a lot of penis envy. They want to be like men, but we're treated different. So a woman who's virtuous is extremely valuable, where a man who's a virgin, women don't want that man. Women want the men who have a lot of sex. They don't want men who can't get sex. Not only that, I want to ask you a question. Are children and women more prosperous under the control of men or under the control of a woman?
Okay, so before I answer the question, I do want to say I think you're conflating like virtue and being like virginal or being non-promiscuous. I don't think those are the same thing. So people can be virtuous, they can be honest, they can be trustworthy, they can be hardworking, they can be dependable, they can be loyal, and they can still be people that have a lot of sex. So we don't need to conflate those two things. Those are two different things.
No, ma'am, if you heard me, I didn't conflate those. Let me ask you a question. Do you think men desire women who are inaccessible, or they desire women who've had a lot of sex?
I think it honestly depends what the man wants from the woman.
Hold on. I want to make sure we're having a genuine conversation too.
Yes.
I want to make sure that you're not talking just to talk. Like, if you can, I'm going to respect whatever you say, but I just want to make sure that you're doing it from a genuine place. You know?
Yes. So I'm gonna ask you another way. Do you believe men want women who slept with a lot of men, or do you think a man wants a woman who hasn't slept with a lot of men?
I think it depends on the man. So, like, there are men who are feminists
Talking
who
about the
believe
In
women.
general,
majority of
ma'am,
men.
ma'am, in general. So, ma'am, I'm gonna tell you one thing before you to answer. A lot of women are professional liars, and they never want to tell on the women. They never want to make women look bad, and they'll never put judgment on women. They believe women can do whatever they want to do, but they want men to be commit to society and be responsible for society, while women can take care of themselves. You are struggling with answering questions that'll make a woman look bad. Do men like sex, ma'am? In general,
Yes, men generally like sex.
do
Yes,
do men like big booties and big breasts in general?
yes, it's been my experience that men generally like those things.
Do men lie for sex in general?
I guess it hasn't. I don't know if that's been my experience, but I've heard a lot of women
Have you,
say that men like sex. Yeah.
ma'am, I'm sure you've been lied to by a man. If you broke up in a relationship, you'll say he was a liar. But you probably maybe not your relationship. But I'm gonna ask you again: do most men want women who have sex with a lot of men, or do men want women who haven't had sex with a lot of men?
So a lot of men do value virginity, or they value women that have a low body count.
Okay, thank you. So thank you
But
so
I
much. So
know a
no,
lot
thank
of
you so
men
much.
that
No,
don't
you're gonna
value
conflate,
that.
ma'am. You're gonna
No, it's
conflate.
not conflating. You're treating men
So
as
let me
if
ask you
they're
another.
one
No,
thing,
let me ask you a
that
question,
it's a
ma'am.
monolithic
Just because a man,
experience, and it's
just
not.
ma'am, just because a man has sex with you doesn't mean he'll marry you. So what? Who men
No, it
men want
doesn't.
to marry?
That
So okay,
absolutely is not
so
what
you
that
already
means.
answered it. You know we want virgins, or we want women who are inaccessible. Let me ask you another
But there are
question.
a lot of men who don't want
Hold on,
that.
Elizabeth. Hold on.
That's
Stop interrupting. Hold on.
So I'm asking another question. Do women want men who have sex, or do they want men who've never had sex?
I prefer men that have had sex just because they have experience. They know what they're doing.
So
I
thank you,
prefer.
so ma'am. There's double standards for us, and we're treated differently. When you're a hoe as a woman, you lose your value. When a man is what a
Not a
woman calls a
hoe.
hoe, can I finish? Can I finish, ma'am? When you're a
Okay.
hoe and a woman who has sex with a lot of men, you lose your value, not only to us, but you even admit it yourself. All women keep talking about is they're traumatized, they got PTSD, and they have to heal because of their experience with men. Men get better with experience with women. We actually love dealing with a lot of women. Women will lie that they got, or women will have rosters, sleep with a bunch of men, but it actually ruins them. Where sleeping with women give us experience, like you just said, it makes us a better man for women, and it makes us a better lover. So I'm gonna ask you
Here's
another.
wait. Before you ask me anything else, I do want to say something about that. A woman who has a lot of sex is not a whore, because a whore is someone who gets paid for sex. So you're conflating a woman who has a lot of sex, a promiscuous
I'm sorry,
woman.
she's a slut. I'm sorry, she's a slut. I'm sorry, she's
She's
a
not a
slut. You're
slut.
right.
She's just a
I'm sorry,
woman
she's
that
a
has
slut.
a lot
So
of
I'm sorry,
sex.
ma'am, she's a
Hey,
slut. So she's a
hold on
slut.
really
No,
quick.
she
Hold
is
on. Hey,
not.
hold on, Elizabeth. Hold on real quick. You said a woman can still be virtuous and have all of those partners. Okay, do
Yes.
you know what? Tell me what you define as virtuous. What's your definition of it?
Did I not just say that in the comments?
Virtue would be honesty. It would be integrity. It would be hard work. It would be
It has
diligent.
nothing to do with hard work. It literally says having or showing high moral standards.
It's crazy.
Yes, like being
And
honest.
you think having 800 people under your roster is having high moral standards?
Yes, because who you choose as a sex partner has nothing to do with you being a loyal person.
No,
And
No,
I
hold on. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Does it increase a woman's value the more sex partners she has?
I don't think it has anything to do with her value, because, like I said to you before, a woman brings other things to a relationship besides what's between her legs.
Listen. I'm literally asking you. Does it increase a car's value the more that it has had?
Well, she's not a car; she's a person. So
Which
stop
makes it
trying to
even
compare
worse.
her to
We can
motor
wipe a lot of
vehicle. She's
damage
not
off
a
of
motor
a car.
vehicle.
You can't wipe the damage off of a human being.
Professional liars, man.
Sweetie,
No,
listen,
I
what
think
I'm
that
asking you is, hold on, I need you to be honest. I'm asking you, do you believe it increases a woman's value the more sexual partners she has had?
I don't think it has anything to do with her
Okay,
value.
so hold on,
Because,
let's
like
just
I
do
told
it.
you
Let's
before,
just
a
do
woman
it like
has
this.
other things
Hold
that
on,
she
hold on,
brings to a
Elizabeth,
relationship
wait,
that have value.
Elizabeth, wait. Well, let's do it like this. I need you to name 3 ways that having a very high body count increases a woman's value.
So it gives her empathy, it gives her compassion, and it gives her the ability to.
Yo, this is crazy.
It does. Like, I don't judge men
Then
who
why
have
does
had
it
a lot
ruin
of
her,
sex
ma'am?
partners.
So why does it ruin her? Why does it literally ruin her? Why she struggle with pair bonding? Why is she traumatized? Why is she trying to go? Why is she in
I
therapy?
don't struggle with
Why is she having to heal? No, ma'am. Does she struggle with commitment? So, ma'am, data shows that if a woman has had sex with more than 10 men, she's less likely to get married. Or if she gets married, she's less likely to stay in a marriage. If she's had
correlation
more
does
than
not
10
imply
bodies.
causation. That is a fallacy. So basically, a lot of women don't want to get married. I've never wanted to get married. And so
Hold on. No, listen,
person.
Elizabeth, I need you to not run from what's being said. Now, what you're doing is you're injecting your opinion. Do you think that we could prove easier that it is more difficult for a woman to stay in a relationship after she's had a marriage, after she's had that many partners, than you could prove to us that it's not? Do you think we could prove, and I'm talking about biologically, scientifically, do you think it would be easier for us to prove, like with studies, that it's more difficult for a woman to remain in a marriage than you could prove that it's easier for her to remain in a marriage after having such a...
I don't think it's easy for anyone to remain in marriage. That's why most marriages end in divorce. So this is not, this is women, a lot of marriages, more than half of marriages end in divorce within the first 5 years. So it's hard for everybody to stay married. This is not, now that is a factual statement.
So no, ma'am. So 70 to 80% of divorces are initiated by women. 90% if they're educated. Women leave in mass. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you. No, ma'am. No, it's not equal. No, women struggle. Women struggle with staying in marriages, not men. Men stay in marriages.
No, I didn't say who struggled.
Elizabeth, hold on. Elizabeth, I'm interrupting people when they're talking, or I'm gonna mute you.
Right. So Elizabeth, does a broke man is a broke man valuable?
Yes.
To a woman?
Yes.
Okay.
A woman who doesn't place that as a prime value.
I'm happy.
If she's looking at other qualities he has, then yes, he could be broke and still have value to her.
Would you be with a man who's permanently broke?
I have been with men that were broke the whole
I didn't ask you if you had, ma'am. You realize that
yes,
women
I
are,
would. I'm answering your question.
This is why you don't. This is why a lot of you deserve men to just pump and dump you, because you can't even tell the truth or answer questions. All you do is lie, and that's why men pump and dump you. And what shows me a good woman is when you can tell her the truth and she responds well to it. As much as you fight the lie, that's why men will pump and dump you or always leave you, because you fight so hard to lie.
You're asking me what I would
do. He asked you not to interrupt me.
That I've made that choice before, and now you're telling me that I'm telling lies, and that is my experience.
No, you're a lie, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm telling you the honest truth. This is why. So women, you struggle with the truth, you struggle with communication skills, you struggle with integrity, you struggle with actually pinning down what is actual morals and what makes a man's and woman's natures different. So again, I'm gonna ask you this: it does reduce the value of a man if he doesn't have money for a woman. Look, she's still talking, she can't even control. Ma'am, you're on mute and you don't even realize you're on mute because it doesn't matter. You're literally on mute, ma'am. And this is what I mean. Y'all ask men to be truthful. You ask men to be vulnerable. You ask men to communicate, and you weaponize it against them. You hate the truth. If me and Stacey Prince told you a lie, you would endorse it, you would promote it, and it would still lead to the destruction of relationships because you'd seek to emasculate us. And if we follow you, it'll be to the end of the relationship. You'll break us apart. You'll break the kids. You'll break the family. That's why we have a reduction of families. That's why we have a reduction of relationships. And that's why we're having a reduction of baby making, because women are investing in themselves. Feminism pushed women to take care of themselves, but still expect men to take care of them. You want to be you don't want to be a traditional woman, but you want men to be traditional, and you'll refuse it. Ma'am, how does a woman lose her value? Is there a possibility? Hey, Stacey Prince, can you ask her? How can a woman?
Hold on, Elizabeth. Wait till he asks the question.
How does a woman lose value? If she doesn't lose value in the market by having sex with multiple men, how does a woman lose value? To a man.
Can I answer the question?
Yes, but make sure.
Hold on. Elizabeth, I want you to repeat the question that he just asked you.
He said, how does a woman lose value with a man in a relationship?
To a man.
Go ahead.
So I think she loses value based on what she did at the beginning of the relationship and what she's doing.
I'm sorry. Elizabeth, not in the relationship.
Can I answer the question?
Hold on, Elizabeth. You got to let him clarify. Hold on. It's his question.
It's my question. You're not being intentional. I'm not talking about in a relationship.
You're
But that's not the
interrupting
question.
me when I'm
Elizabeth, you're
trying to
going to
answer.
get. Hey, stop, Elizabeth. You're going to get to respond. I need
If
you
you're
to
gonna
make sure.
ask me a question, let me.
What were you saying, Ali?
Elizabeth, not in a relationship. How does a woman lose her value in the dating market?
Go ahead,
Can I answer the
Elizabeth.
question?
Go ahead.
It depends on what the man is looking for when he's choosing the woman. That's going to dictate how much value he has to her. You can't tell how many sex partners she's had by looking at her. And so basically, you're looking at her, you're seeing her physically, you're saying she's my type physically, and you're choosing her maybe based on physically. You have a conversation with her, she's saying the right things to you, and you decide, hey, this woman
Elizabeth,
has
let me say
something going
something
on.
really quick, sweetie. Let me say something. Let's look at it from Stacey Prince. What could I do to lose value? Not for just one woman, but in the eyes of most women, what could be done for me to be found to be unattractive in the eyes of most women? That is the question.
At women as a monolith. I think women are very different. There's lots of different.
You're not answering
So
this
they want
question. So,
different things.
ma'am, you keep talking about what. So let me tell you this: a fat woman loses value in the market. A woman who loses her looks loses value in the market. A woman who's had sex with multiple men.
Hey, Kanai, you up here?
No, to men in general, yeah, and I speak for men in general. Hey, Stacey Prince, do fat
Men
women
are
lose
not
value
a
to you?
monolith. Women are
ASAP.
not a monolith.
Listen, give me a second. Hold on. Kanai. Is there anything that women can do to lose value in the dating market? Not in the eyes of one man, but in the eyes of most men. Are there things that women can do to hurt their dating value?
Yeah, 1,000 bodies.
I keep on telling y'all this is the hottest show.
A woman getting old. A woman getting older, Elizabeth, loses her value.
Hey, give me a second. Give me a second, Ali. What you got on this, Kanai?
Look, y'all are talking to somebody that is trying to delete their wholeness, okay? You cannot sit up there and talk to somebody that's trying to justify trying to continue to be valuable when value is absolutely zero. It's not even there. And this is what women are trying to do. Women are trying to, and I don't mind correcting your mistakes, but the way you correct your mistakes is to be accountable and tell the truth. You cannot correct anything without taking accountability.
I agree
You
1,000%.
have not taken accountability. You made every excuse as to why you are still supposedly this good woman. And then you're trying to be selected. This is not what this is. This is generalizing. Most men, when they're looking for a woman, looking for a wife, they're looking for somebody without, if they could, they'd get a virgin. They just don't want you to have a lot of bodies, okay? That's number
Look,
one.
Kanai,
Number
she
two,
over here looking like what you saying is nuts.
I know, because the reason why it's nuts is because
No,
that's
that's not why I'm doing that. That's not why I'm doing
Okay,
that. I'm
when
doing
she
that
said
because-
that men would prefer a woman with least bodies as possible, why did your face do that? Tell me.
Because I cannot believe that a woman is placing the entire value of women in general on what's between their legs and how many dicks have been in their vagina. Like, I cannot
So
believe
okay, hold on. Let's do this. On a scale, listen. Give me a percentage. What percentage would you say that has to do with a woman's value? What percentage? What percentage would you say how many men a woman has been with has to do with her overall value? What percentage?
In general, probably maybe 25 to maybe 45%. I would say that. Because I think that the other things that she brings, like her dependability, her
So why
honesty,
do strippers have such a hard time getting married?
maybe they don't want to get married.
Why are
Maybe
they
they
on
do.
social media talking about where are the good men?
Maybe because a good man's hard to find.
No,
Because
it's
you keep
because
talking
good
about how
men
men
make
have all
themselves
these
hard. No, it's because good men make themselves hard to find for women like this. You think good men don't know where strip joints are? That what you think?
Of course they do.
So if we wanted to marry them, we would just go to strip joints if we were okay marrying strippers. Listen, I
Okay,
gotta
then
ask you
don't
this.
marry a
Hold on.
stripper.
Let me ask you something, Elizabeth. I want to know how genuine you're being. If you had a daughter, would you teach her that it is okay to be as loose as she wants to be at the age of 18?
I would.
Okay, so
I
let me
would
hold
because
on. Another question. Do you think that the world would be a better place with more women like you teaching what you teach, or would it be a worse place?
I think the world would be a better place because women would be allowed to be who they are. So if you want to be promiscuous, you're allowed to do that.
Okay,
If
hold
you
on.
don't,
So that under your premise, I'm a man, and I've experienced rough sex. I just like to take it. So if that's who I am, is it okay for me to just roam the streets being who I am? Because I love taking it from women. Is that okay?
No, because you don't have their
Oh, no,
consent.
no. I'm being who I am.
No, but there's a difference between being who you are and not having the consent of the other person. If
I
you
don't
have
care. I like to
promiscuous-
take it.
No, but you're harming people because you don't have consent.
I don't care
So
about
consent
harming
is a
people. I get my
necessary
excitement
component.
off of them being harmed.
No, but that's not
But you
okay.
see,
So I didn't say anything
you-
about every
but you
person
see
that
how
I
she
had
don't
sex
think
with.
that she's
We
harming
consented
people?
to that.
Okay, you know what?
together.
Kanai just made actually a good point. So what you're doing, you don't think that's harming society as a whole?
No, not if everyone consents. No.
So
I don't think
hold
it-
on. Would
Got
the STI rate increase or decrease if we had more women with your thought capacity?
We care about consent more than she care about behavior. That's the problem.
Do you think?
She-
Do
it
you
would-
think? Hold
it
on,
would
Elizabeth,
increase-
stop.
it would increase.
Hold on. Do you think we would produce more STIs in society or less STIs if more women were thinking like you? 800
STI rates
bodies.
would increase. STI rates
Okay,
would
so hold
increase.
on. So if STI rates would increase, aren't we harming society?
No. No, because it is if you're practicing safe sex and you're getting tested regularly and you're informing your partner of your test results
you know
and you're
that's
doing
not
that
the case.
regularly, then you can protect both yourself and your partner.
So if
Like
you
I
say
said,
we
I
could
have never
protect
had an
ourselves, hold on.
STI.
If you say we could protect ourselves if we do all of those things, then how can you also acknowledge that the STI rate would go up?
Because condoms are not 100% effective. They're just not.
Okay. Listen to what you're saying. You're saying we couldn't adequately and 100% protect society.
Is she
Well, you can't
Caucasian?
100% STIs. I don't care how many people you have sex with because condoms are just not 100% effective. They're
Okay,
just not.
so listen to what you're saying, Elizabeth. You're saying that there is no such thing as safe SEX except for not doing it, right? You agree with that?
I mean, if you want to go 100% safe, yes, that's correct.
Okay, so hold on. You
It's
admit it.
100% safe.
You act like
Yes.
you're not creating victims. But you admitted that you would bring the STI rate up in society as a whole. So that means that there's some woman who is law-abiding, Christian, good woman who her husband dips out, messes with you and some of the other people who look like you. And now this woman has caught herpes and she hasn't bothered anybody.
Well, he shouldn't be going outside.
We're
the
not
relationship
talking
without
about that.
consent.
We're talking about something you incubated. This
No,
is a
I'm
society
saying
that
if
you said would
everyone
be okay.
involved consents, it's okay. So the wife would need to consent to her husband.
So
going
you
out
think
and having sex
society
with
would
other
be
people.
better if we increased our STI rate?
I said society would be better if people could have
Elizabeth,
sex the
hold
way
on,
that
Elizabeth,
they
hold
wanted.
on. You admitted to
Now
me
that
that,
would
hold on,
exponentially
Elizabeth,
increase
stop.
the STI
You
rate.
admitted to me that the STI rate would increase, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, now
Because it's
hold
true.
on. Would society be better if the STI rate increased?
Yes, because that's not the only factor.
That's wild.
The factor of women
She
being able
wants
to
to
decide
figure
their
that
own
out.
lives and what they do with their own bodies, that would make society a better place.
Hey,
That
Mr.
would make
Keisha.
society a better place.
Tanisha.
If
Mr.
women
Keisha.
were allowed to choose what they do with their own bodies and
Hold
live
on,
lives
stop it.
according to
Somebody,
their own
hold on, stop it. I
purpose.
said. Go ahead, Takesha. What's your thoughts on this conversation?
Man, she don't listen to receive enlightenment at all. Just throw the word away.
You're
Yeah.
a pick me.
Just throw.
You
Okay,
wanna
okay,
agree
okay.
with
So hold
him.
on.
Away.
She's a pick
Because
me.
she don't listen.
She is.
Yeah, I
She's
figured
agreeing
that
with
out.
you because she's on your show and she
Okay,
wants
so
you
my
to
question is, you have to
whatever
debunk
with
her view. Now you have to debunk her view.
I don't need to debunk her view. I can just say I don't agree with her view.
But do you know that
Why do
that's
I
what
have
you
to
listen?
debunk her
Do you
view?
know that's what
Why
you've
does it
been
have
doing
to
the
be a
whole time you've been up
competition?
here? You've been doing that the whole time you've been up here.
Take me to the king.
Right? You're basically saying things without having to prove these things.
You need to go to the king.
No,
for
I'm
real.
just saying I think society would be a better place if women got to live life on their own terms and got to
Okay,
have
so listen, let's
determine
do it
what
like
they
this,
do with their
Elizabeth.
bodies. I
Let's
think
do
the
it like
world
this,
would be a better
Elizabeth.
place.
I got
So for the
my
last,
voice
since
in
women,
the
hey, hold on, guys, hold on. Since women have gotten their rights, do you understand what I'm saying? Elizabeth, can you hear me? Since women have gotten their rights to do pretty much anything that men can do, has it become better for communities and families?
I think it has. Now I could be wrong
Okay,
about
hold on. Now I'm going to challenge you. Name me 3 things that got better for societies and communities.
that women have more opportunities in fields that they generally did not have opportunities in, such as engineering and science.
Okay, and was that better for families and communities?
Yes.
Okay, it can't. Listen, hold on, Elizabeth. You're thinking from what you want things to be, and what I'm telling you is women file divorce at an 80% rate. When they're educated, it jumps up to 90%. So it means your jobs are doing something to you guys. I'm not saying you shouldn't have jobs, but I'm telling you the effect.
You can have a family without anyone being married. Like, you don't have to have a marriage as the basis of a family.
Okay, so if we do it your way, and I'm in a car accident, how do you get my belongings instead of the girl who?
Power of attorney.
Instead of no, hold on, stop. Instead of a mistress that I've been dealing with, and she has my power of attorney.
Well, you shouldn't have gave her power of attorney.
No, I don't care. I'm good with it. I'm good with her getting the money. I just live with you, and I've been committed to you, but you're the one who gets played. But listen, give me 2 more. Hold on, Elizabeth, stop it. Elizabeth, you got to stop talking when I tell you to stop talking. Now I'm asking you for 2 more. Give me 2 more things where it made communities and society better, communities and families better.
It also made communities and families better because women who were being abused have a way out of those things, have a way out of those domestic violence relationships where they didn't have an opportunity to do that back in the past.
Okay, so I'm going to say something that's going to sound harsh. Do you know oftentimes that a lot of these DV cases have been exposed from a woman simply being corrected from doing something that she wasn't supposed to be doing, and she didn't even get hands put on her, but they filed it as DV? You guys are busted on. You guys are busted on camera doing this shit.
Yes, but there are also a lot of cases of husbands beating their wives and killing them. There are also tons.
Hey, sweetie, you got to watch your language up here. They messed my show up. You got to watch your language. You can't say the K word and all of that stuff.
There have been hundreds of cases of husbands killing their wives, murdering them because they were angry.
Listen, Elizabeth, you can't use the KIL word, okay? I know what you mean if you say doing harm to them.
Unaliving their wife, stabbing their wife, shooting
their
Elizabeth,
wife. Stop being weird. You're making it worse. You stop saying KIL and you say stabbing. Think.
Ooh.
6.
That's all they use when they start talking about men. My question
What's
is,
up,
why y'all
brother,
pick,
man?
my question
Hold on real quick. Now, hold on. How's your night going, bro?
Oh, I'm having a good night, man. How you doing, bro? I'm enjoying the show, man. I just had to come witness this myself, man.
Hey, she's serious. She's a part of my, base. I respect her, but she's dead serious. Yeah, listen, hold on. Before I come to you, she had one more. Give me one more, Elizabeth, to where it's better for families and communities. It has gotten better for families and communities.
And then I also think it's better for families and communities because it allows women to have, be fulfilled in their life.
So listen, what percentage of life is dependent upon women being made happy and feeling good and feeling fulfilled? How important is that to life? Do we have a sense of duty? Do we have a sense of duty or a sense of being made to feel happy?
We have both. Why does it have to be one or the other? We have both.
Okay, so
women get
listen. Hold
fulfillment from having
Elizabeth.
careers
Hold
and
on.
things.
I need you to name me 3 very valuable things that do not come by way of struggle and hardship.
3 things that do not come by struggle and hardship? In what sense do you mean?
It could be losing weight. It could be whatever, sweetie.
So ask the question again.
Name me 3 things that are very valuable that are not associated with hardship and struggle.
Nothing. Everything's
So what the
associated
hell
with
are you talking about? It can't be happy, happy, happy.
No, I said fulfillment. Like she gets fulfillment from working outside the home, having her own
You
career,
said, why
having
can't we
her
have
own
both? You can't have both because nothing of value is usually dispersed by way of high levels of pleasure.
No, but her fulfillment matters. Her
Okay,
happiness
give
matters
me a couple of definitions of fulfillment. What type of fulfillment are you talking about from a woman? Tell me. Men make to feel happy?
No, that she's listened to, that her opinions are valued in the workplace, that she contributes to things. And
Okay,
she
so hold
makes
on.
progress
So do you know
at
that
work.
now in the workplace that men, would you say that it's a good thing that people can go to college where there are a very good supply of valuable men who are seeking degrees, probably going to be good earners? Would you say that that is the ideal for a person to find their husband?
Not necessarily.
Sweetie, why do you always have to be so difficult? I didn't say 100%.
I was in college for 20
Damn.
years. I didn't find a husband there.
That's
I
you.
went
Were you
back to
fucking
Tulsa.
fat? Were you overweight?
Oh, yeah, I was.
So it's you. It's not the damn college people.
No, I genuinely wasn't attracted to most of them. It wasn't that. It was
Just
I
stop.
wasn't
Elizabeth, stop it.
attracted to
Just
them.
stop. What I want to ask you is, did you know with all of this newfound say so in the workplace and things like that, did you know that they have studies that have shown the most successful men have completely pulled away from advancing towards women in these workplaces because you guys went nuts with the damn Me Too movement? And most of you were telling damn lies. Lying. Well, I just felt he didn't take it, but I felt as though if I said no, my job would be in jeopardy.
Well, I don't
See,
think
you
all the
guys have
girls
messed even that up for our daughters. Even afterwards, our daughters are going to have a tough time finding men who could actually be suitable providers for them because they'll be scared to talk to those girls because of what you're talking about right now. You guys have wrecked the workplace.
Well, maybe they won't need a man to provide for them because they can provide for themselves.
Okay,
because
and
they
you
gonna
know
have a
what?
good
You know
paying
what
job.
men want? You know what men want you to do too? We want you guys to stop calling the damn fire department. We want you to stop calling the police station when danger approaches your house and things like that. See, you're trying to mold this thing to where you don't need men, but it's futile. You can't stay alive without men.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you don't need a man to be a financial provider.
You need a
can
man to
men
give
for
you the
other
damn
things.
job, woman.
A lot of women are in leadership roles in businesses. They're the ones that
How did
decide
they
to
get in
hire,
those?
not
How
no
did
man.
they get it? How did they get in those leaders? Listen, let's do it like this. Since you want to be a little bit of an asshole, where did you get your rights to work from?
LBJ. LBJ originally with the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Oh, that's a woman, right?
No, LBJ was a man. LBJ
So
was a man.
okay. 6, go ahead, bro. What's your thoughts on what you're hearing? Look at it. 6 is like. Listen, she's serious though, man. She really carries these views.
Let me just let for the record, she ain't black. Let me just say that. This ain't
Who,
no
me?
black woman. You ain't black.
I am part black. What are you talking
what
about?
part?
I am part black.
Your daddy ain't black.
My father is part black. Yes, I'm part black.
You ain't
So
black.
I would be considered a black woman.
Oh, you ain't.
I just don't look black.
Listen, do you believe, listen, because I'm going to tell you something. I believe you're a nice woman. I believe you're a nice woman. Do you believe that your views are beneficial to the world? Do you think your views help the world become a better place?
I do, yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's just we don't agree.
Okay, so hold on.
because
Let's do this.
Lord
I want you to be a
help
humble
the
woman with
child.
me right now. I want you to be a humble woman with me right now. And I want you to name at least 3 things that could be wrong with your viewpoint. The way you think, give me 3 things that would make you say, well, this, and this about my views could, cause trouble in society. Name 3 things about your viewpoint that you think could, not 100%, but could be a bad component to society.
Well,
wait a minute. What? Before you start, take a deep breath and take a deep breath.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I think it was actually important that Six said that because I think you have been just sporadically just rambling off without even thinking.
No, I'm thinking.
Well, you have the floor.
But yeah, you got it.
So,
But just take your time. Take your time.
So if we start with the assumption that a woman's value is determined by what a man thinks, then your view is right. I would say that. But your view belies an assumption that a man determines a woman's value.
Hold on. Are you talking about a heterosexual woman or what?
Well, based on what, if you're talking about dating value, like in a heterosexual relationship, your view.
Listen. Let's talk from Let's talk from a heterosexual standpoint, okay?
I am
in a hold on. In a heterosexual standpoint, I'm gonna have to give you this analogy. When you go out to eat, Elizabeth, who is the most important component? McDonald's or you, who pulls up in the drive-through window?
In terms of what?
Who is the most important component? The customer or the business?
Depends from what perspective. If you're talking from
Sweetie,
the perspective
it's the damn
of the business,
customer. There is no business without the customer.
If you're talking from the perspective of the business is more important than the customer. If we're talking from
Elizabeth, you're really pissing me off. You're really pissing me off over
Hold
here.
on, let me answer.
Elizabeth, stop it.
Where do they get to saying the
Let me
customer's
answer.
always
You
Stop-
asked me a question.
stop
I'm
talking.
answering your question.
Elizabeth,
Can I please answer your question?
shut. Elizabeth, stop talking
How are you going to ask me something and then not
like
let
this, dumbass.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Wow.
Ooh. Oh.
I gotta go to
Hey,
church
Elizabeth,
tomorrow.
don't ever
I'm
overtalk me again. Do you understand me? Do you
Okay,
understand me?
Can I say something?
I
Can
said don't overtalk me. Do you hear me?
I do. Can I say something?
Still dumbass off of here.
Oh my God.
And Elizabeth, listen, Elizabeth. If he lets you back up, baby,
Nah, she's good.
be quiet.
Boy. Well, we all going to the hellfire. You keep letting that thing back up here.
Oh,
I know.
she long-winded.
Nah, she don't even know. Elizabeth, you can't talk right now. I dropped you for a reason. If you come back up, I'm going to ban you. You're done for the night, sweetie. I'm going to say this too. That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. And I'm not talking about black women. I'm talking about that's a huge problem that men are dealing with. Okay, so she thought I was joking. That's ignorant as hell. She thinks she can push past a ban.
Ooh, my friend.
But that shows you the magnitude of her thought process right there. I told her I was going to ban her if she did it again, and she turned around and did it again. Don't worry about it, Elizabeth. I'm just looking for your name so I can go ahead and hit you.
You wonder why I like peace. I got a dang on headache over here. Listening to that.
You catch yourself trying to believe that, if you convey something in the right manner, but she has no give. Like her views there is no flaw in her views. Listen, the business is the most important, not the customer, the business.
Stacey has allowed this woman to speak in other times, a long time, and express her thoughts. So please don't say that she doesn't get a chance to speak. The problem is she does not allow other people to speak when they are speaking, and she cuts them off.
Damn name
She's
at?
had a lot of time to express her thoughts on the platform. So
I said she's done, period, though. And whoever in the comments don't like it, That's just that. You don't veto anything up
tr-
here.
I try. You
A lot of
know,
y'all got me.
Y'all men better
I
stop
try to
trying to
be a
cut up these
living.
women that in your 50s.
Shit, I think she thought I
I
really was
tried,
looking at
man.
her. Now that is crazy. Mr. Keisha,
Yeah, I'm still here.
listen, I'm off of that. We don't even have to discuss that no more. I want to talk about what we was talking about. With Brittany Renner, do you believe that somebody like Brittany Renner, and of course we know nothing is 100%, but do you believe that she was not sincere when she was trying to be a part of Islam and be a married woman with Kevin Gates? Do you think she wasn't sincere? Can you hear me?
I don't think she was.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yes,
so
I can. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think she was.
you said you don't think she was?
I don't think she was.
Kanai, what did you say your thoughts were on that?
As far as Brittany Renner is an imposter. The hell?
Hey, Tierra, you got to come over here to YouTube.
She's an imposter.
Come over here to YouTube. I'm sure you have a YouTube account. If you come over to the Real Stacey Prince on YouTube, there's a link down in the chat that you can click. Hey, you got anything for me, Six, before I let some other people up?
Oh yeah, she was sincere as a three-head deer.
Hey, that's real talk. It's nuts,
man. As far as Brittany Renner, man, she's running out of options now. She's yeah, she doesn't show the cards too much, man. She doesn't show it out too much, and she's at the point of no return right now. So
that she's in a very bad place, man. Because I'll be honest, the people who were rooting for her and things like that, after they saw her, I don't know. Some people, I'm not gonna say I think she was playing with Islam. I think she was playing more with running from who she was, because I think I saw her make really trying to, because what was it? How long did she go celibate? And I'm just taking her at face value for saying she was going celibate. I think she was refusing to acknowledge who she was. Because listen, some people have such a potent and concentrated spirit to where you have to be able to discern what your capabilities of changing are. I think I do. Kanai, do you think that well, that's a bad example, but Kanai, do you think that you are aware of your capabilities of changing?
Yes.
Right. And see, I think that's what she is. I think she was unaware of who Brittany really truly is.
She has not done an ounce of work. All she has done is sidestep. Everything she said is a sidestep to accountability. There is no work. The only thing that she is doing is living a delusion. She sounds like Drea. You can delete your wholeness. She's trying to do that.
Hold on, Kanai, why do I know that name?
Drea
Michelle,
the one that's with Jalen Green. Drea.
Oh yeah.
Drea Michelle. She has that type of mentality. You know what I mean? People respect you more when you just tell the truth. You know what I mean?
I agree.
We understand that some women have lived look, some of these women are looking for their fathers in other men, and they just go lay down with other men because they want to be loved.
Listen, hold on, Kanai. Hold on.
That happens.
Kanai, you spoke on that several times. Tell me how a woman can, I'm not talking about the father, but a woman who is missing that element and you can tell that she's searching for something that's missing. Tell us what you think it probably is that she's searching for and how she can get as close as she can to obtaining it.
Love, validation, approval, security. They don't know what it's like. This is just so sad. And they don't know what it's like to have a man they can trust, somebody that never put their hands on them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that never, you know, somebody that put their hands on
Disciplinary.
them and hug them and hold them and teach them and you know what I'm saying, and deposit something in them.
Right,
They
right,
they
right.
don't have no substance. This is a spiritual thing. This is not just
I
this is
agree.
a spiritual and a mental thing. You have to have a foundation. That's why I say if the foundation is not correct, then you'll have a lot of women out here. Cause see, the women that are being raised by fathers or that have been, we look for our father in you, Stacy.
Mm-hmm. You know what? The reason we know what she's saying is true is because listen, it is a surge of it going on right now. You're starting to hear women say, I got to have a man who can put me in my place and blah 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 blah. They're looking for that disciplinarian that
Because
we
we
supposed to
know
get from
our
fathers.
nature.
Yep.
We know our nature. That's why feminine women. Me and Feminine Code talk about this all the time. I even got a video that I just posted with Kevin Samuel saying, feminine women love ruthless men. Yes, we do. You know why? Because it is safe.
Right,
we
right,
feel
right.
safe and protected. We feel, you know what I mean? Nope, nothing can get through my man.
But listen,
Nothing.
Kanai, check this out.
Yeah.
Men were taught to be other than that. Men were taught, be nice to the girl. Men were taught, cater to the woman. See, this is why I tell people the programming from traditional men to new modern women, it's a really, really bad thing because men's programming is conflicting with the new modern woman mindset. The new modern woman is not a traditional woman to that extent. A modern woman, now, since the beginning of time, women have been attracted to a dominant, masculine, polarizing figure, yes. But what I'm saying is that man who's nice, respectful, well-worded, he's a sucker today. If he won't whip no ass.
But Stacy, check this out. Stacy, check this out. That's a double-edged sword. Let me tell you something. My father was kind. He's a giver. He's a kind man. But there's another side to him. You can't play with him. See, he just like God. Y'all are like God. You masculine men that know how to walk in your masculinity and how to be leaders, there's two sides to you. You know how to be nurturing and kind. You know how to give. You know how to talk to a woman and treat her. But there's a side to you. And you better have that side when you're dealing with a feminine woman. Because if you don't have that side, I don't want you.
And she gonna
can't
probably
do nothing for me.
Most of them will cheat because she's seeking that polarizing figure.
I need a King Leonidas.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Kanai. Let me ask you this.
What is your profession?
Listen, let me ask you this, Kanai. Do you think, because I've heard how you speak of your dad, do you think that he made dating difficult for you, like what your requirements are? Like, because that man has to be, he's also going to be rare in today's society.
My daddy set me down at 14 years old and ran it down to me.
And listen, I'm saying, do you believe that what you require out of a man makes dating a little bit more difficult for you?
Very difficult.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Because I look for the.
Yep.
Lord, I look for the man.
She said the Leonidas.
Leonidas.
What do you say?
I look for the
Troy.
Because you know what? Because I look at it like this. If a man can play with you, or if a woman can play with you, I'm not safe.
Yep.
If you let people see, my father was no nonsense. If you let people play with you, see, that's a weakness to me. And that's how women look at it. We don't want that. That's why all the men that was up there voting for some Kamala, dude, that was the new dating line. Like, who did you vote for? Kamala.
Right.
Lose my number.
I could go for that.
You're looking for a woman to leave you. You looking for a woman to leave? Nah.
6, what'd you have to say?
Nope.
Oh, at the same time, bro. Oh, can you hear me good?
Yeah.
All right, but at the same time, though, Stacy, I heard what she's saying. I heard what you're saying, Kanai, and you got a good point. But at the same time, there's women that want that but can't handle that because it's like they want that man to be ruthless. They want that man to be no nonsense. They want that man, yeah, exactly, until they realize that go for them too.
You You're right, and it's supposed to go for me. That's why I say we need it. We like it.
And but I see both of y'all points, because the
I like
thing
that,
that
bro.
what
That's
Kanaya
crazy.
is talking about is also, yeah, he gonna get under my skin sometime, but he also gonna save me from myself. If that applies, if how ruthless he is applies to her too, that means she's not going to be. He's going to withhold some of the sweets of the world from her too. Because look at all of these other women who have been allowed to taste of the dainties of the government, the sweets and things like that, and didn't know it came with a price tag. That man who, nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You may be pissed off for the moment, but you are not as at risk as all of these other women who get to take all of the government's treats and dainties, and now they got to pay for it sometime later. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely see. I think this is what happened to me, and I'm only going to tell this so that some men. I went through fire of being forged. When I came to California, it was for a reason. I had meetings already set up about something that I had built. So, but I was almost kind of coming fresh from the streets, to be honest. Straight from the joint, to be honest. And the person who took me up under his wing, he was a talk show host. Everybody knows who he is. So, Kanai, when I told you guys I went through a simp phase, I was trying to juggle being 2 to 3 different people. I wanted to fit in these meetings that I was going to. I wanted to come off professional, and I was having to try to shed a lot of the hood off of me, right? And that did something to me. I was in 2 conflicting places because I was really, really trying to fit in these successful environments. I was trying to talk a certain way. I was trying to dress a certain way. And you got to think, I've been in streets for like 25, 30 years. You know what I mean? And so I was having to basically look for the type of blanket that would cover up the roughest aspects of me and make me acceptable in these meetings, right? And it caused a conflict. I wasn't able to master it. And it took me to a place where there was a woman who came in my life. She came into my life at that time. Listen, Kanai, I was getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the word. It's like I was really trying to shed the hood off. And I'm just going to say it like this so you guys can get the perspective. White Christianity. I was trying to be like Joel Osteen. I still had my soul, right? But I was trying to become more appropriated to that. Also be this man who fits in these, but I didn't want to lose all of who I was from the streets, right? So I was in a conflicting place listen, we're going to be real. About 4 years, a girl came into my life, Kanai, and she was able to kind of manipulate those circumstances, right? She didn't do nothing crazy, but the things that I tolerated from her, like at the crib, they call me Big Wood. Big Wood would have never tolerated this stuff, ever, right? But I'm trying to become this type of guy who I know people in meetings would respect, and I'm trying to hide a lot of my rougher hood exterior, right? So I'm saying that to say this to all of the people. Don't go down that route. You're going to really have to succumb to being who you are. Like, listen, I had to go back to who I had to really, Big Wood dropped out of thin air. I've told people that sitting right there, I caught her manipulating me. And it's like, soon as I caught it, it's like Big Wood dropped out of the sky again, right? So what I'm telling you guys is this. You can't really run from who you are. You can be the best and most professional version of who you are, but don't get yourself caught up in a place where you're trying to extract who you really are 100% because it'll hurt you. And I'm talking about spiritually it can hurt you, physically it can hurt you, and you can catch yourself trying to recapture some damage that you did for 4 years. I did this damage to myself for 4 years. So this is what I'm saying. Like, you guys got to be really careful on knowing who you are and not trying to go too far outside of who you are. I got that simp phase I was telling you about, Kanai, like 4 years.
But see, the church,
I believe us men all got a similar story like that. I mean, coming from, that background and stuff, I think we all got a similar background as you know, for those trying to change, you know, trying to metamorph, you know, trying to change for the better and stuff, you know, trying to.
I
Yeah, I
think
think
mine
we
went
all
too
got that
far. I
similar
think
story,
mine
man.
went
Because
too
I
far
got
though,
that
bro.
same story.
I think
I
mine
got that
went too
same
far
story.
though. Like I was, you know what I mean? I let that thing go because the whole time I was like, hey, listen, you don't know this. I tell her like, you don't know.
This is not me.
Typically, I wouldn't even play
But
that.
see, but Stacy, the mistake that the church made is that they removed the masculinity, the traits of the Most High
I agree.
from the God is he's a warrior. The Bible says that the Lord God is a man of war.
Yep.
He ain't no simp. What are you talking about?
I agree with
You
what
talking
she's
about my
saying.
no? I couldn't serve no God like that.
I agree with what
No,
she's
I'm
saying.
not doing that. So Joel Osteen is feminine.
I agree.
He's
Kanai,
feminine, just
listen,
like
man.
the rest of them, and they like men. So anyway, that's y'all pastor. Y'all listen to them on Sunday. Send me your money.
listen. She's not exact. Listen, in my head, I'm trying to be this because the people I'm meeting. I'm like, listen. As I'm meeting these people in these meetings, listen. One of them was Damon Johnson. I'm like, I'm 6'3.5". These guys are probably 5'10". So I'm towering over them, but the power that they're kicking out is like, I'm definitely not fanning out, but I'm impressed by the power that they're kicking out, right? So my desire to obtain that is growing more and more and more. And I'm thinking I gotta find a way to shed more and more of my rough. And it was just a process, man. And what I found out was you can't shed off who you really are. You can be the best version of who you can become more educated, more refined, and things like that. But trying to do what I was trying to do, it'd be no different than trying to rip my own skin off right now and be white or something like that. I wouldn't advise anybody to do it. I wouldn't advise it because I think I'm more weaponized now. You know what I mean? Hey, we got a few more
Wait
minutes.
a minute, Stacey.
Hold on. We got a few more minutes, people. I'll bring you up if you're on YouTube and you want to come up. I just dropped the link down in the chat. If we're gonna get it, let's get it. Go ahead, Six.
With that being said, I mean, do you think that 304s go to the same stuff?
But see, they shouldn't because they can break. Women can break. Like the same way you drop a light bulb, women can literally break. And it can be the point of no return for a woman. Look at how look at what we know about a woman. How delicate she is. Look, right. She's a treasure, right? She's priceless. She does not have the pain threshold that men has. That woman can break just off of sex alone. She can break and be no good anymore. You disagree with that, Mr. Keisha?
No, I don't disagree with that at all.
Listen, think about this. Think about a woman having amazing sex. I'm talking about concrete breaking and where she's released about 3 times. Now think about her doing that 15 times. She'll break. She'll break. And then, listen, what I mean when I say break, I'm talking about from a psychological standpoint. Because imagine after all of that, she's probably had sex with 25 people, but 15 of them were amazing. Let's say 10 of them were amazing. When she does get in a relationship, do you know what all her husband will have to compete with in her mind? She's going to be thinking about some of those men who broke ground. And it'll be tough for him to ever measure up to it. So that's what we mean when we say a woman can break. Like, there's certain things with a woman 6, she just should never experience it. There's certain things a woman should never experience. What's your thoughts, Kanai, on that?
I mean, yeah, I agree. That's why you need to manage your body. You need to be mindful that your temple is important. You need to guard it. You need to protect it. Your temple is not like the man. You are a receiver. You know what I mean? We receive. You are the depositors. You deposit like a bank. You know what I mean? So what do you want in your body? What do you want? These things are, that's a spiritual matter. Those things are deep. And they do
ZS
have
Bigwood got
evidence.
something to do with my middle name, man. God, dog, man.
What they say? Oh, Lord.
ZF, you know Zero ain't gonna have nothing good to say. What'd he say? Pause. I ain't calling no another man Big Wood.
Man, I got a cousin
You
that
can
ain't Big
always
Wood
count
too,
on him,
man.
man.
Jeez. Y'all
Yeah,
crazy, man.
yeah, I agree with that. Because a sane woman, she wants to be with one man. She doesn't want to be spread around like that. That's why when she gets you, she's gonna serve. She's gonna do whatever she needs to do to pour out into you because she's just for you. She's only for you. She's not worried about. She's not around here talking like Aisha Curry. She needs somebody else to
That
pay
is
attention to
nuts
her.
right there.
If you don't pay attention to me, then we in trouble. I'm
Listen,
not worried
Kanai, I
about
believe
what
she been
somebody
touched
else.
already, Kanai. I believe she been touched. I
Oh yeah,
believe,
she was.
yeah. You can't be moving like that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you who else that I know. This is my personal opinion. Sierra, either she's allowed to get down or she's done. You cannot really treat your men like this and be all about those men. You can't. You won't even say so.
Not.
Listen,
No
if you listen
respect.
to Kanai talk, I think Kanai could take a man for everything because a man is not going to pick up on these traits from Kanai about her giving any other man any adoration. He'll be completely oblivious to it if she is doing it because she knows better than to be showing another man adoration. These women are publicly doing it. That's
No
crazy.
respect.
Listen,
Ain't no
even making
respect, man.
statements. Well, I want attention from men. Sierra was talking about, and I mean, listen. So I saw a clip today. You know these chicks.
I'd rather have attention from one man that love me than a million men that don't.
Listen, there's these clips that you know women typically they want to promote any type of behavior that allows men to become doormats for women, right? So you know there's women who are saying, "What's with all these men having a problem with Russell Wilson and blah 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 blah." Listen, that woman told him like, "I don't need no man. I mean, I want you, but like, listen, even if that's true, Sierra, even if that's true, and listen, he in a very soft voice. You didn't see it, Kanai? On the airplane. In a very soft voice, he said, well, I mean, he literally did it like this. I mean, what you mean you don't need me? And she said, well, babe, I mean, I don't need you, but I mean, I want. He's like, oh, you don't need me, but you want me? Okay, I get it. Listen, he did this. He said, I get it. Listen, I'm so messed up in the head. You have one time. Listen, you have one time to play with me. You really do. But see, a woman doesn't play with me like that because I've probably already demonstrated other things. Like I believe a woman will go as far as she is allowed to go. There's a lot of times that people don't know. There's a lot of times that I've allowed women to even stay on my platform longer than what I typically would, just for content's sake, just to be a teachable lesson to the other people who are watching. But listen,
that's what Kevin used to do.
Listen, me, I'd have been in real life. I don't go through these things. Everybody up here, I'm consistent. We've been doing this for 4 years. I've told you guys, I don't have one bad story to say about black women in my dating life because it's about me. And I'll say this, the same way we say this to the women, I've said this 1,000 times. The men who have these bad stories about black women, brother, that's you. You're responsible for that. I'm not making fun of you. The same way we talk about these women for having multiple children by multiple men or these loser men, we tell them that you picked him. Well, listen, if you having issues with women, brother, that's you. You're responsible for that. Women don't try me like that. They don't try me. Not only that, I'm an amazing picker. If that woman's voice don't sound like a cold, brisk wind on the back of my neck, I don't deal with her. If she has the vocal cords that can form the syllables, fuck ass nigga, she doesn't exist to me. If she's that rough woman, she doesn't exist. And I'm not going to look at you while we standing in this bank, and I prefer you don't look in my direction. What you go through is largely in part because of you. And it just means, brothers, you have some inadequacies taking place in you. You may not dress well. You may exude some type of behavior that turns women, not her, but typically turns most women off about yourself. You may have some simp characteristics that you don't know you're pushing out, but you are. Listen, if you are experiencing bad experiences with a woman, you're responsible for that. Now, I've never strayed from telling you guys that. Would we like to think that a woman should just behave, period? Yes. But if you can't get a woman to treat you, to get on your program and move the way, then you're not doing something right. You disagree, Six?
Yep. Or that's just not your woman.
Listen, I believe this. I believe a good woman can cheat. I believe that stuff. But I'm talking about if you going through all this, she ratchet and ghetto, listen, you responsible. If she disrespects you, you're 100% responsible for that. A woman won't even try that stuff with me. She won't even try it. I'll set a glass on a table on the first date. I'll go grab her something to drink. And when we get up, if we're walking out the door or something, I'll look at like, hey, grab that glass and put it in the thing. Not because I need her to, but she'll remember if he was tripping about that little thing. When it come time for her to, get your stupid ass out of here, boy. She'll think 10 times before that if I was like that about that cup. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a room for, you know how they say you give a nigga an inch, you take a mile? I nip that thing in the bud long before she even get there. Because I know what people are doing. You can't call me bro. You can't do none of that stuff. That's why I have never had one bad thing to say about the women I've dated. I've dated 3 amazing black women out here in California. These were angels that fall from God's heaven. I don't have one bad thing to say about them because I won't tolerate it. Hey, anybody got any last words for me before we rustle up out of here? Hey, but listen, Kanai, I'm gonna send that to you. Listen, it's listen. I don't know if I ever sent it to you. Did I send you the thing where Sierra, he surprised her? I got it on my phone. He surprised her. I guess she went out of state for some type of event or something, and it was a really beautiful garden. It was dim lit. You know what these are called. It's got the roses all around. It's not a foyer, but it's a little area, right? And it was dark, and he jumped out. She came out with her girls. He jumped out, and she's like, "Babe, what are you doing here?" And she ran and she jumped in his arms. And listen, as I'm watching this, I'm watching it, and the moment I picked up on a couple of things, whoever's video it was, you can see an arrow right here. Bling, bling, bling. And the caption said, avoiding him. And then the other things that I saw, whoever video this was, that they reacted to it, they saw everything that I saw. It came to a point where when he would try to kiss, he had a bouquet of roses. And he tried to kiss her. She gave him one like that, you know what I mean? And then he moved in for another kiss. She put the roses in between them. And then he moved in to try to hug her, and she turned. Then he moved in to try to get another hug, and she was like, and this is what I'm telling you. Women like that, either they've been given permission to mess around maybe once or twice or something, or they're sneaking, because I'm going to agree with women on this. The same way that when a man releases, he simply can't be, if it's an unsavory woman or somebody he ordinarily would not deal with, but it was one of those desperate nights, the same way it's called post clarity or whatever, the same way that a man can't stay around that woman for a second after he's done handling his business, I do understand how it would be difficult for a woman to linger in the company of a man she's turned off by. I do understand that. I think she should be honest about it, but Sierra can't respect Russell Wilson. Look who the men she's been with. Look who the men she's with. She was been with men, or the caliber of men that most women would find thrilling or exciting. Russell Wilson is not that. You disagree, Kanai?
Yeah, if she still got that taste in her mouth, she still got the taste, but she don't like him like that anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
She like that other kind of look, that other kind of man. She fighting so hard. She trying to change her little boy's last name, trying to get that. She's fighting that thing. She fighting that demon.
Listen, Takesha.
She's fighting it.
Do you think that considering the men like Future, who I don't want to say Bow Wow, but whatever. Do you think that the men like that she's been with previously, do you think it makes it a little bit more difficult for Sierra to be really turned on by her husband?
It does. I agree with that.
And that's why we always preach women shouldn't have even tasted certain things, because it will ruin them. Certain men, it will take extreme levels of toxic men in order to get you excited. Like Sierra knows, right? I believe this. I believe Russell Wilson is probably on an SEX schedule. I believe he's very appreciative when he can get some from Sierra. Because I don't think Sierra is turned on enough by him in order to volunteer it often. I believe she's actually turned off by him. Listen, what's her name? Curry, Aisha Curry. Like Corey Holcomb said, Steph Curry comes from a line of simps. I got respect for, they said his dad was getting played like that. And Kanai, I don't know if you ever thought about this. I'm going to tell you, now I analyzed this. Now I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, but listen, do you know that she married that brother before he knew he was going to the NBA, Kanai?
Yeah, I knew.
So Kanai, there's likely not a prenup in place at all.
No, there ain't no prenup. But see, not only that, she's surrounded around hyenas.
Yep.
Because his mama is a hyena. Her mama gotta be one. And
her mama is one.
Yep.
And then she got friends that's hyenas. Jada Pinkett, Gabrielle Union, Sierra.
The worst to
She
have.
caught up at concerts with Drake and all that stuff. That girl's a hyena. She ain't fooling me. I already said a long time ago when she first did the first thing. I'm like, that woman was touched before she messed up. I don't care what nobody says.
I agree.
You can't tell me that woman sit there looking for attention from other men. Why am I concerned about attention from other men when I'm sitting over here with a $300 billion man or however much he worth?
Hey, but here's the thing. Can I go back to...
Why am I worried about that?
And go back to what you was talking about, Kanai. Steph, if we gonna be honest, Steph's not the type who really, like here's how the analogy I make. Like a man who can be put on an SEX schedule and things like that, like it's really hard for these women to be turned on by these men. So Steph is one of those men who, we know he doesn't run that household, or else she would have been terrified to make these statements publicly. My girl, she probably would have came back to the crib like, baby, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I like, for real.
I'm gonna tell you like
listen,
this.
I desire to be in those predicaments sometimes. Like some of the stuff I see some of these people go through, I say to myself, I wish I could let that nigga know how he should have handled that.
Man, look, far as Russell Wilson.
Steph Curry. Don't sleep on Steph Curry, because let me tell you something. If she move up out that space, it will be replaced.
I disagree.
I tell you.
If he was that type of man, Kanai, he wouldn't even she would have been scared to be moving like she's moving.
No. I said if she steps out of that place, she will be replaced.
I think he'll be fighting. I think he'll be fighting for her.
I don't think so. You didn't see the videos that I got a video with Steph Curry with a woman. Yeah, you need to see that.
She said, yeah.
He won't be off the market that long. Let me just say that.
Hey, Kanai might even be a relief to him. He might have to give up a significant portion of money, but it's better than being captive inside of a relationship. What was you gonna say, Six?
No, but far as Russell Wilson, we knew that was a disaster when y'all remember she had that video and she had the back turn and she was making the hind cheeks jump or whatever, and then you seen Russell Wilson come out of nowhere. I'm like, oh no.
I think men know though. Men know other men who have those issues. Like I hate to say this too. I really hate this. I'm not gonna promote this to nobody. I really even hate saying it. This is the best example that I can give. Listen, I want everybody. I'm not promoting this at all. I promise I'm not. I'm just making an example. In multiple facets of my life, I think growing up as rugged as I did was one of the best things that happened to me. And not only that, I think it is the best thing that happened to a lot of men. Like how they say street smarts is often better than book smarts. Like it's not really, I teach people this. You don't often see the good guy. You don't often see the bad boy getting cheated on with the good guy. It's usually the good guy getting cheated on with the bad boy. It's just the way it is. Like the bad boy, the reason that listen, they'll tell you, like, we've done the math. There's not a study to back it up per se, but we've done the math. we believe probably around 70 to 80% of these children in the black community are being fathered by the lower functioning 17 to I think 24% of black men in the black community. It's the niggas, right? Because they are the one who have access to all of the women, right? When you can just move through society effortlessly and get women, Six, did you know that that's not the norm? People pay me for one-on-one sessions, and when I first started doing the one-on-one sessions, one thing that took me by surprise is how many brothers were saying things like, bro, how are you so confident the way you talk to? Because sometimes, listen, I'll shoot my shot at a woman on this thing in front of people, because when I first started doing the what's the names, they were asking me like, brother, how do you talk to women like that without being nervous? And it helped me understand there's a significant number of men who are away about approaching a significant number, right? They're paying me for these conversations. So I think that a lot of people, I say this, I believe the bullying thing, you know how they talk about the bullying.
Kevin Samuels, the same thing.
Listen, you know how the bullying, hold on, you know how the bullying thing, like, I don't have a problem with bullying. I believe men are supposed to have been at least 2 or 3 fistfights in their lives. All of that sheltering these boys, I don't really condone that stuff. In order to be turned into men, we have to go through some fires. If you don't go through fires, you will resemble a man who has not been through any fire. And I'm not saying do that for women. I'm saying do it. I'm not saying go start no trouble. What I'm saying is when we have been through those things, it increases our pain threshold to the world. So when some of the toughest and roughest aspects of life approach us, when we've been through those things, it doesn't affect us like it will affect some men who have been sheltered all their lives. I don't believe in all of that coddling and, it's just, and that's why you see women performing how they're performing, a lot of women, because, the world has cushioned all of the blows to women, which it should have, rightfully so in some instances. But when a woman falls off of her bicycle, shout out to Miss Mary over here rocking with us with the Cash App, supporting the show. When a girl falls off the bike, oh, let daddy kiss that boo-boo. When the man falls off, hey, boy, stop all that damn crying. It forges us into weapons, is what it does. Listen, I might post it.
My daddy didn't do me like that. He said, get up.
But you know what? I can hear that. I can hear it.
I say, Daddy, my stomach hurt. He said, what you want me to do about it? He followed me, and I'm glad he didn't.
Kanai, you are a very rare exception of a woman who knows how to turn that thing on and turn it off, because that's very rare. Like women, that type of fire that you're speaking of, it usually does a woman one way or the other. Like Kanai knows how to be a wife. She knows how to stand up for herself, and she knows how to do the standing up for herself part without looking like a ratchet, a ghetto chick. Right. So to be honest, that's probably more some type of spiritual blessing, to be honest, because it's usually not like that. Go ahead, Six.
But you know what?
Well, that's because she had the
Hold on, Kanai. Go ahead, Six.
I believe that because she had the father in the life, because I see a big difference in behaviors, even with men that's raised up without their fathers in their lives and stuff. I see a big difference in behavior, reactions, emotions, all the above for those who haven't, and that goes, like I said, for men and women. They have it's different from those who had their father in their life. They've had a piece of their father in their life. I mean, you can tell,
Go ahead, Kanai.
And you're right about that. But I will say this too, you guys. Now understand something. See, the women have changed a lot, because it was also certain types of women too. I had a no-nonsense grandmama, I had a no-nonsense mama, and I had a no-nonsense aunties. Okay, they just didn't.
See, you ain't tell me all that.
But because I always talk, I don't, because I talk about my father so much.
Right.
But he had sisters that, still feminine. They'll cook a man a meal. They do all of that. but they didn't play.
Right.
My mama didn't, you know, she soft and all that stuff, but she just did not play, especially with women. See, that's the difference. She didn't play with hyenas. She didn't play with them. My auntie didn't play with them. So we had, yeah, we had some women in our lives that, you know, yeah, you talking about coddling? No, ain't no coddling. They didn't coddle us. Mm-mm. Nope, they didn't coddle us. We got discipline too. And see, that's the thing. Instead of going so nice and so soft on girls, they might not get treated like the boy does, but they do need the discipline. They do need to know that they should be acting a certain way, and they do need to know that they're not entitled and don't nobody you don't deserve nothing. You gotta earn it. You do need that type of teacher because that's why men are starting to call women children. They don't
Yeah, it
have
looks like it
obligation and
too.
stuff like that. Yeah, that's because that's the way y'all thought that they should be raised. But no, no, not no, 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 not over here. No, if you got a whooping as a boy, you getting a whooping as a girl. You gonna get that butt tapped just like that boy did.
Mr.
So
Keisha,
it is what it is.
you didn't grow up like that, did you?
Uh, I
Stop
didn't
it.
have my
Stop it.
father in my life. Like, the very beginning part, he's been in my life for like the last 7 years. So I grew up with a praying grandmother, a woman of faith, and that's kind of like how I sustained. So I didn't have a physical father all the way up until like about 7 years ago. But I did have a holy father that I,
Hold on.
in church.
Where you at? Alabama? Where you at? What state?
I'm originally from Arkansas.
Oh, okay, Arkansas.
South.
So how did you how did you maintain that energy that we hear from you?
Energy. I grew up in the faith. The best way I can describe it is I grew up under my grandmother. I grew up under the elders in the church.
Okay,
Real
that
men
sound
that
about
had
okay.
real opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
She didn't
Big
get
mama.
taught.
No.
She didn't get
I
taught.
bet she did. Can I okay, host.
Was you coddled? Did your grandmama coddle you?
No, she wasn't that type of woman. She
You
had
wasn't
actually 9 kids.
you wasn't sheltered?
No, my grandmother had 9 boys and 2 women, two girls.
So
no, I wasn't called up by no means.
would you consider yourself to be a feminine woman?
Yeah, I do.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I mean,
That's my
I guess she
testament
said
faith.
the elders and her mom, so I guess that makes up for it. But like, yeah, without the father and things like that, you know, it's just rare that women even talk with the tone that you talk with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can agree.
What
Yeah,
about
some grandmamas didn't coddle us. Nope. We had to be.
Like my
We had to be.
grandmother
We
Lunar?
had to
had
have manners. We had to have manners. We had to cross our legs. We had to clean up. We had to serve the men. They had us doing white stuff.
Hey,
You know,
Lunar
being
J
in the
said,
kitchen.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
When I say, because I'm not sure when y'all say cuddle or coddle. When I think of my grandmother, it's more like she's the reason why I became an advocate in community. Like I saw her serving community. I saw her very heavily involved with the church. She was
okay.
married, so I didn't grow up.
I was
That's where I
basically
got my
saying that you was
mannerisms from.
isolated probably from the real world is what I was saying.
No, I just had that type of mentality, that type of wisdom that I got from the elders. I saw what people in my age group were doing at
Right.
the age of 15 and 16, having children, not married, and this and that, not planning their futures, and that's something I didn't want for myself. So I made decisions about my own personal life based off what my surroundings and circumstances were about.
Got you. Lunar J says, shit, I grew up. My guy said, I grew up on baked rose bush switch. In other words, I used to get my A toe up.
Break the switches.
Same here. My grandmother made us pick our switches off the tree.
Yeah, I used to couldn't stand that part. That didn't make sense to me.
Man, you made me go cut my limb.
Yeah, I gotta contribute to my own punishment.
There better not be no limp branch.
That's what she say.
That's
Right.
either
Go get another one.
You say
yeah,
you bring me
you
one of
know,
them
she
weak
said
ones
I'm
in
gonna pick
here.
it. You don't want me to pick it. Yep.
Yeah, I
Then
grew
you
up
better
like
get
that too.
one that's firm enough. But some women just see the thing about it is, Stacey, and I'm gonna be quiet and let y'all go. It's the caliber of women. See, think about it is there's a certain type of character that some women have too. You
Right.
know, it's not all these women ain't the same. That it ain't the same. I had some cold aunties, okay? I had one that was from the streets too, but she still respected men. She did. So
Some women are
I just
special.
no, I didn't grow up around like that, you know.
No, I'm
These
talking about
women that they
special
were,
as in being able to live kind of the dual aspects of it. Like
oh yeah,
yeah,
oh
like
yeah.
I think those are special women because it's usually one side or another. Like either I'm ghetto and
Mhm.
little, worldly, or I'm like Mr. Keisha. You don't often see that thing come together with a real cool balance. You know what I mean?
You could not be one of our siblings and come in there, or you got a man and you got a husband, and you think you ain't gonna make his plate. You better get up and make that man's plate. What you doing? You better
Yeah.
don't be sitting down
Mm,
on the job. Better get up and make his plate. What's wrong with you?
And see, once you grow
Oh,
up in that, it'll be tough to forget it. You know what I mean?
right.
All right, people, we're
That's
about to go
exactly
on
what
and
it is.
rock on up out of here. We at the 3.5 hour mark, and I think it's time to go ahead and lay it down.
all right, y'all. Nice talking to everybody.
Do you
Good
know
night,
that this
All
Michael.
girl
right,
just
brother.
Keisha,
do
nice
you
to
know that
meet
this
you.
girl just busted through a band, Kanai?
What?
She just busted through a band.
That's wow. I'm so done.
I'm talking about,
Well,
I
she's
got
a
this
It
girl
was just
band on here.
well. Are you surprised?
self
She's
sabotage.
an
I knew
expert
it.
at busting.
Yay.
Anyway, let let y'all go.
All
Bye,
right, y'all
y'all.
take care. Y'all take care.
Blessings.
Peace out, brother.
You know it. You know I appreciate you rocking on out with us, Six.
Already, brother.
Yup. Let me get some dysfunction going one time. Y'all want to play with me? Let me get some dysfunction going. Shout out to Jag Meddy up in this situation. I appreciate it, Miss Tierra. Okay, see, I'll be your Huckleberry. Elizabeth, what do you want? What do you want? Elizabeth said, you never let me make my whole point. Well, stop starting trouble. How about that? How about that? It's a little bit spooky that we know that Elizabeth really believes the things that she says. It's a little bit spooky, to be quite honest. Listen, do you know how to listen to me when I'm telling you something?
I do.
Well,
But
act like
can I?
stop it. Stop it. There you go again. When you hear me talking, stop interrupting me. Do you know how to do that?
Can I? Yes. I need to say something to you just really quick. I think that.
Wipe your camera off.
Oh, I'm sorry. It might be a little blurry. I'm sorry. I think that I'm being held to kind of an unfair standard because things are being directed at me. I'm being asked questions, given scenarios, and then I'm not allowed to entirely finish my point before someone interrupts me and starts trying to clarify. I'm not trying to start no trouble. It's just for me, I don't agree with you. And I don't agree with a lot of people on your show. And that's completely okay. But I feel like
It's not okay. If there's a ton of people, see, this is the problem. I don't mind you having a different perspective. Listen, me, myself, this is me. Do you know that if several people come up here and challenge some of Stacey Prince's ideologies and viewpoints, I'm going to be forced to acknowledge, hold on, maybe I might be saying something wrong or I might need to tweak something. I'm not going to believe, well, all of them got it wrong and I got it right. That's narcissist thinking. I should at least be willing to examine the challenges coming to me, right? You can't just keep saying that I believe society would be an amazing thing if there was more STDs in society.
No, that's a part of what I was saying. So what I was saying was, if you allow women to be who they are, you allow them to not be you don't place them into a box they don't want to be in. Yes, STI rates will increase, but allowing women to be themselves and without shame will make society better. And that's
so hold on. So you're basically saying as long as women get to experience the freedoms that they desire, then STDs increase in society is cool.
It's a negative consequence. It comes with that. So there are
negative doesn't fucking have to.
But
see, hold on, stop. You're one of those ones. You're one of those ones to where it doesn't matter till your son catches AIDS. That's when it'll matter.
Here's the thing. The thing is men get to have a lot of sex. They get to have sex with all these women.
Listen. Guess what else we get to do? We get to get 40 years in prison when women can get the same offense and get less time. We also get to get drafted in the military. We also get to have the highest suicide rate. So there's double standards. You don't know that?
There are differences between men and women in terms of their life expectancies and their life progression. However,
we are different.
No, I never said we weren't different, but I'm saying that women should be allowed to live their life on terms that make sense for them. For example, the women that you're talking about, the women that you're saying have all this high value, the reason why that doesn't apply to a woman like me is because I don't want no marriage. I don't want the things that you're saying I should want as a woman.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. I do not want to get married.
Right now, that man that you hypothetically said you're dating, you said you would leave him if you call him cheating.
I would.
So what are you talking about, ma'am? You do want traditional relationship.
No, that's not we don't have a traditional relationship in the sense.
So why can't he sleep with as many women as he wants to then?
Because we both agreed that we were going to stay monogamous. So because we agreed to that, we need to keep our word. It's not because we're looking for a traditional relationship.
It is a tradition. Monogamy is traditional.
No, a traditional relationship in my mind is a relationship that's going
I don't give a damn what's going on in your mind. We're talking about definitions.
That is a part of a traditional relationship. That is not sufficient to make something a traditional relationship. Monogamy is not sufficient.
Listen, let me ask you this. Listen, let me ask you this. You know for a fact he's cheating, right? You know that, right?
I don't believe that. If I believed that, I would have left.
With your beliefs, a man would be nuts to not be cheating.
I don't believe he's cheating because I trust him. Like, I genuinely trust him. I trust that he's going to be
If I pay for it, listen to me. When is he coming back to your house? Because I know he's out in a different state, right?
Yeah, he's working right now, so he...
Okay, hold on. What days
I
do you have?
usually go to his house.
That's
I
fine.
usually
Have off.
have off of
Off
work,
work.
or what
Yes.
days does he have off?
Both of you.
So I usually have Tuesdays, Thursdays, and maybe Fridays sometimes.
And
Sometimes
and
Saturday.
when's the next
And
time you think you'll get? When's the next time you think you'll have some alone time with him?
Sunday.
If I pay for a private independent polygraph test, would you encourage him to take it and just ask him one question? Have you cheated since we've been together?
Yeah, I would.
I'll pay for it. What day?
I don't know. He'd have to agree to it. He's the one going to be sitting under that polygraph. So he'd have to agree to the. I can't agree for him. He
Do
has
you
to
believe?
do that.
Listen. What do you think would be the reason that he would say, "I don't want to take it"?
I don't know, because he already. The thing is, right? Is I know how to beat a polygraph
What
test.
we've
I already know how
got
to beat.
here is failure to communicate.
No, I know how to beat a polygraph test, right? I've taken classes on how to beat them. I have beat them, right? So it's easy to beat a polygraph as long as you know what you're doing. Now, in
You know what
terms
I'm
of
learning
him
about. You know what I'm learning about you. You know everything.
Yes. No, I don't know everything. There's
You
lots of stuff
actually
I
do.
don't know. But the reason why he may not want to take it, even if he's not cheating, is because we're supposed to have trust between us. And so me putting him under polygraph is me saying, I do not trust you. I need a machine to tell me what I should already know. Like, I should just believe his word. His word should
So
have
when it comes to
value.
him, you're a fool. But when it comes to everything else, you have all the answers.
I don't have all the answers to most stuff. I'm wrong.
Oh no, you go up against a panel of 5 people and you know more than we do.
Because I don't have the same values as you. So of course I'm going to disagree with you because I hold different values.
You have no morals.
I have plenty of morals. I'm a very ethical, moral person.
Do you know what morals
I
are?
just don't have the same morality that you have.
I reckon Jeffrey Dahmer can make that same argument.
I don't have the same morals and values as you, but that doesn't mean I'm not an ethical person or a moral person. I'm a moral person. I'm an ethical person. I just don't have the same values as you, and that's completely fine. There's plenty of moral systems that you can look at. You could be a consequentialist. You could be a deontologist. They come to very different conclusions about what the right thing to do is. They're both moral people. They just come at it from different perspectives. That doesn't make either of them wrong. It just makes them different.
You know how we decide when there's a gray area? You know how we decide what's wrong and what's right? The results and the impact.
So you're a consequentialist. See, me as a deontologist,
there's not even listen. There's nothing to being about a consequentialist. What I'm telling you right now is there's repercussions and for every action there's a reaction, and some actions are very bad. They can appear to be very bad. So those are the things that we tend to want to stray away from. And you talking about, you admitted that there would be based on your ideology and viewpoints, there would be a significant increase in STIs. Name something positive about STIs.
let's see. What is positive? Oh, you know what?
You know what? Hold on. I'm going to tell you, because I've always thought you were a good human being. I'm going to tell you what leads me to further believe that you're also a sick human being. You're even about to try to formulate an argument for where STDs can be good.
No. I'm just saying that there was, back in Tuskegee, right? They did the syphilis study with the African American men where they knowingly injected them with syphilis so they could watch the progression of syphilis over a long period of time without giving them penicillin, even though they had penicillin available. And that study did teach us a great deal about it. Now, was it wrong to do the study? Absolutely.
Sweetie, you're
wrong.
a sick person and you just don't know.
No, that study was wrong.
You're a sick
but we
person.
did learn a great deal. We can't say, well, it was wrong, so we can't learn from this. We learned a lot about disease.
Sweetie,
and
you are a
syphilis
fucked up human being. You're a fucked up human being.
We have learned a ton about that. Just like what they did with Henrietta Lacks, how they took her cells.
I asked you a damn question.
I'm answering your question.
You're not. I said name something good about STDs.
I said that's something good that came out of it. Even though it was wrong to do, it still was something good that came out of it. us learning about syphilis and
Listen
the
to
long-term effects
me.
of syphilis.
STIs floating around in society. Name something good about it.
I did. We learned a lot about syphilis.
That's in the past, woman.
That's not in the past. We could do that with a lot of diseases. What I'm saying is,
You're
is
pissing
as
me off.
we
You're pissing me off. I'm telling you that now. Stop being childish. We are talking about if there was an influx in STDs today, name something that would be good about it.
That we could see the long-term progression of those diseases from people that are infected.
And
now,
would people listen? How would that be? How would that be good if it's a? You told me that freedoms are good unless they affect other people's lives.
Because
you're being a fucking hypocrite.
Wait. Let me finish. Because those diseases, as we study them, we would be able to create vaccines.
You told me that it's not right if it affects other people's lives, is what you told me.
If they don't consent to it, yes. But the person has the disease.
I need you to be quiet because listen to me, okay? You're too eager to talk. Now I need you to listen, okay?
I'm explaining it.
No, I'm gonna mute you until you take 3 breaths. I'll mute you until you take 3 breaths.
Okay, but I'm gonna leave.
That was a real conversation with a real human being. Do you see how people can find a way? Listen, to be honest, she's actually a decent person. Every time she's been up here, she's been respectful, she's been polite. So that lets you know what we're walking amongst. That lets you know. We think the really broken people have to be like, ha, 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 ha. That's what we expect. No, couldn't be further from the truth. We're talking about the Walking Dead. This woman has had over 1,000 bodies, says her man is handsome, and she believes that he has been faithful. Ain't that something? Takesha said, dang it. Said, that's why I stayed quiet and I pick and choose my battles. That was hurtful. I asked her to name something good about about STIs in society. And she brought up the Tuskegee experiment. So for the greater good of society, we torture other people. This ignorant fool says he has been faithful. Ma'am, I pity you. Ma'am, that man's at home with his real woman right now. You don't know that for a fact. You telling me you don't know that to be a fact with all your heart. That man is at home with, you said that he deals with you like two times a week or something like that. Ma'am, them other 5 days, that man is at home with his real family, woman. You didn't know that? I'm talking about the ones he's not scared to be out in public with. Ma'am, you've been touched by over 1,000 men. And I'll give you the benefit in doubt and chop that in half and say 500. For those of you who don't know, she claims she's been with around 1,000 men. I believe her. I don't know if I believe her. I don't know if she believes who she is. I don't know. This woman is delusional. She said he's at work. Yeah. Work of deceiving your crazy ass. Look, she said, we've been out in public. Even she is shocked. She's even shocked. Like, we've been out in public. That does not sound like the talk of a woman who's in a real relationship. We've been out in public. I know that's right. Look, she said, no, I've definitely slept with over 1,000 men. So you know what that's letting me know, people? I've been up here trying to talk rationally with a severely broken human being. We got to be careful, people, because you just don't know. A lot of times we get caught up thinking that the person should. Yeah. Look, she said, I haven't met his family yet. Probably never will, but that's okay. Well, I think it's okay as well. Long as you acknowledge that you are fun. You are a fun time. And I believe you're amazing in bed. I believe you're probably willing to do almost anything. And probably anything has pretty much been done. So, from that context, dude's winning, to be honest. He's winning. That man has his own personalized blow-up doll that he comes to visit. He can bring cucumbers, fruits, bottles, and other assortment of toys. And I believe you'll be just fine with that. So, hey, I agree, Lunar. All right, people, we're up out of here. I appreciate you guys rocking out with us. I appreciate all of my show supporters. Let me go back here and make sure. Shout out to Lovelace, always supporting the show. Shout out to Brandon up in this situation. Fat Boy Meats in the building. Hold on. What the hell? Listen, shout out to my bro Ether up in the building, dropping through and obliterating the Cash App with the $50 Cash App, rocking out with us. My girl Lena. Salute, salute. And we are, if nothing else, people, up out of here. Look, this is me sitting behind the desk, people.
I'll make you famous.
Dead man! Dead man walking!
Welcome to Death Row.
Never talk to me like that again! You hear me? Huh? Say good night to the bad guy. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Dead man! Dead man walking! She belongs to the streets. Get over here. Tragic. Tragic.
My doctor has notified me that I'm morbidly obese.
Beta. Beta.
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, here. Goodbye.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
What kind of stupid ass question is that?
Can't believe you say no funky shit like that.
What kind of stupid ass question is that?
It's an evil world we live in.